Hello, 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 hello. How are we all doing? How we doing? How we doing? Let me know if you can see me, hear me, all the normal jazz. Let me know where you're tuning in from on this fine morning, afternoon, evening. I don't know, wherever you're at. John, appreciate you being here. Thank you so much. I'm just pulling some stuff up on my end too here. Greece. I have not been to Greece. I've been to Italy one time long ago. Sweet. Appreciate it. I'll go over the little bit of. I'm getting. This is what happens to me, guys. I go live and then I look down on my phone and I get a ton of notifications that I'm going live, right? Like on all these platforms or whatever. And then I get random, random, random people in my DM saying, "Can you please reference my tweets about things in your live stream?" I guess I've gotten to it. I guess you know you've made it when you have random people named Matt Medeiros in your DMs telling you to go over shit. I appreciate it. Honest to God, I'm going to give you guys some inside baseball as we get going here. It's very difficult sometimes. It's not difficult at all this week, but sometimes it's difficult. I was on a 30, I think I broke my streak last week because I was at WCUS. I was on like a 35-week streak of going live, and it gets tough after a while to come up with topics. So I'm always happy when you guys give me stuff to cover. So thank you, Matt. We'll cover that. Tark, good to see you, brother. Hopefully you're doing well. Michael from Sweden, nice, nice. Andrea from Italy. Andrea met Andrea this week. Fantastic, gentlemen. Matteo as well. The whole crew. I don't know how you guys fly that far. I had trouble flying from Pittsburgh to Oregon. Coming from Europe, that's a whole nother thing. Rob, nice. Finally made it. Sweet, sweet. No tie gang. Okay. Not sure what NOTI means, but I appreciate you being here, Matt. Cameron, just ticked past midnight here, so I'll catch this one in the morning. Looking forward to hearing your thoughts. Cameron, appreciate you being here, brother. Appreciate the meme game, too, with this whole situation. That's been fun. A lot of cool stuff going on. Okay, all right, so here's my plan, guys. To set the scene, this is my first WordCamp ever. As you guys know, I've been around here for a while. I've been in WordPress since 2018, but not really in the community for that long. So, I'm gonna be try to be like not emotional because it was kind of cool. Like it was a cool experience, but it was honestly quite surreal because 1 year ago I remember watching Sonny, Jonathan Jernigan, and Kevin Geary like on a live stream talking about last year's WordCamp US. I was like, that sounds like a lot of fun. I wonder if I could go there next year. And then this year was like, if you could have like you couldn't have like scripted it anymore like better. Just I'm just being honest with you, like just the way that everything was. It was awesome. I have like a ton of pictures. I pruned a ton of them because there was just like too many to go through. I didn't want to bore you guys, but I want to get my one of my goals here is to give you my recap, to document it, but also if you guys haven't been there and you are interested in going, I do want to give like an honest take on just what happened to me because it was my first one, and I do think there was some interesting things kind of going along. Like a lot of people did kind of like I did know a lot of people because I'd already been like active online and things, so that definitely helps because it doesn't start the relationship obviously in real life without going and doing something like this, but it is like a real like, oh, I've seen you, I kind of know who you are, especially when you do video, not just like text and stuff. It definitely does help. I'm not going to lie about that, but it was just so great. I mean, it was just such a fantastic week. And then obviously at the tail end of it, we get probably the one of the spiciest keynotes Matt Mullenweg has ever given. And I'm going to be honest with that. I have learned a ton from guys like Matt Medeiros on like kind of how this community has always been and how it's evolved and changed, and like just like the sentiment around it and all that sort of stuff, and the historical events that's kind of taken place. But I didn't know that was coming. I didn't really know how to react either. So we'll talk about all that because I didn't want to just like quickly react too much to that because I don't know. I don't know the ins and outs well enough. So yeah. So let's go through some more of these comments here. Great to hear about myself and X. Yeah, X is I don't a side note, I hate how X does that. If you guys ever like multi-stream or just stream to X, it counts up. So I feel like the same person or like a ton of people just could like look at it It doesn't do concurrent. It just does like views, but it's a very bad data system. I wish they would fix that. Derek, appreciate you being here. Jonathan, what's up? What's up? Andrea, you're still in the Portland area. I hope that's not true. Christ. Andrew, what's up? Also, we'll get to that too. But Andrew and Tia Wood did like a great space the other day. If you guys haven't checked it out, it's over on Tia's X account, I believe. You should definitely go look at that. I spoke in it a little bit. Matt Mullen was literally there. He popped in. I don't know if that was the best thing for him to do with all with all this stuff in, but I greatly appreciate it nonetheless. And it was enlightening. So we could talk about that too. I definitely would go check that out. Also, it's also on YouTube. I could probably grab the link for that as well. D123, what's up? What's up? Pleasure seeing you in person. You done well, dude. 170 plus videos in 1 year. Is that true? That's crazy. If so, it's definitely been a lot though. I've been live. I've been doing a lot of stuff. I appreciate you guys tuning in. Couldn't do it without you. From the UK, Elaine, what's up? What's up? I have no idea if you can see these messages. I can, Charlie. You're good. You're good. Jackson, hey, Mark just got back from vacation. No internet. Holy heck. What did I miss? Oh, Jackson. Jackson, you've been living under a rock, but I forgive you, my man. No, yeah, it's been crazy. I've been trying to just take it in, and now we'll kind of talk about a little bit more of it. But yeah, kind of crazy. WordCamp US was good till the very end. It was still good, but it was just a lot going on there. So we'll kind of chat a little bit about it. There's a lot of other people that have already talked about this too. I want to make that clear. I'm not the authority on that part. I mainly want to recap, and then we can talk about that. What were you the most excited to meet? Who were you the most excited to meet? And did you get to meet that person or people? I was excited to meet literally everyone that I have chatted with in DMs and on X and all that sort of stuff. I think the was there anybody I didn't meet? Honestly, I think I pretty much met like everybody I wanted to, but it honestly is difficult because like you have to go there with I was there for a long time too. Like there were some people that were like there like for a shorter amount of time. I was there from Monday to Saturday, and I know people like were there longer, were there shorter. But if you have to make it a point, you should. I know like a good amount of the people that I want to meet now, but like if you were going there for the first time, you want to meet, you need to have a list. You absolutely need to do because you got to find them, you got to track them down, you got to like make sure they want to talk to you. Most people will definitely talk to you, but it was an interesting experience. Brian, did something happen at WCUS? Yeah, actually there was the Hyatt Hotel, it was huge drama on X and everything like that, but the pillows at the Hyatt were just absolutely atrocious. They were like paper mache stuff with like one or two chicken feathers. It was really it's causing a stir. Okay. So yeah, I know you I think I saw a different post by you, Brian, about something else, but like honestly that's the big news. So yeah, I'm happy I could bring you up to speed on that. Oh man, I think I'm funny sometimes. You guys should see me in here like tweeting and sending gifts and stuff. I'm literally laughing. It was a great experience to actually be with other people and like kind of crack jokes for once because I'm just normally laughing in here by myself. All right, so let's do this. I'll keep going through these comments. I really appreciate you guys chiming in here and everything like that. But I'm going to share my screen here. I went through the trouble of like putting all these photos together. Well, I just had them and I corralled them. But I'm gonna give you like a slideshow through my entire week here, and hopefully you find this enjoyable, and hopefully you have some thoughts and questions, and I'll kind of go. There's not too many of these, and not all of them have like huge significance. So hopefully you can kind of see this. But there are some funny videos in here too. So let me try to get you guys. There we go. All right, so I went from Pittsburgh to Midway in Chicago. This is just a picture outside the thing. I try to keep these engaging as possible. I'm gonna skip the ones that are stupid. This is just kind of cool. Okay, you gotta also understand, like, I'm not really like a big flyer. Okay, I have like this is my first flight in like 5 years. So I was like, and I'm a little motion sensitive to motion in my ears and head, I think, because I don't do that so much. But it was kind of cool to snap some pictures like for myself, like outside, planes and shit. Also, when you're flying to Portland, I mean, you're going over like some serious like cool landscapes and things. So I don't know, just a couple of cool things here. And then when you land in Portland, you are literally touching down right over these roadways and right next to like this river here. It's kind of an interesting spot for an airport. I have no idea what this was. I think we were in a cloud. I want to monitor the chat too, kind of at the same time, because I always get left behind here. This is a fun menu here that I'll talk about here in a second. This is a restaurant inside the Portland airport, and I was like, what am I going to get here? Because again, I'm not like a big burger guy, and I got these tenders that were $17 right here, so that was kind of fun. Are those $17 worth? Are those tenders worth $17? Let me know. Let me know. Ranch was pretty good though, so I have to say that. Hey, bro, I'm in the car, so can't follow, but looking forward to catch the replay. Appreciate you being here. Appreciate you being here. Just under on those stats. Yeah. I'm trying to pump them out. I'm trying to pump them out for you guys. So many videos on the drama already. Yeah, it's fast. This stuff moves fast around here. We move fast when we want to move fast here in this WordPress. Not much, Derek. I'm just going through chicken tender pictures right now. You're good. Kristen, absolute pleasure to meet you as well. Absolute pleasure. What do we got? At least you can say I was there when the sky fell. Yeah, honestly, that was pretty surreal to actually be there. I have some quick videos of that too. All right, this is gonna be difficult to go back and forth with chat and these chicken tender pictures, but I'm gonna do my best. Outside the Portland airport, just really cool landscapes. Again, if you guys want any of those pictures, let me know. I'll send them to you, but I'm not a photographer. So we took the light rail down there. Really kind of cool. That we took the light rail down there. My buddy CT and I that I was rooming with, and I wish that all cities thought kind of like this when they were building. Obviously, like out west, like they kind of had like the benefit of seeing, I guess, maybe eastern cities or whatever. But in Pittsburgh, I think we have a subway, but I've never used it, and like it's just a different vibe. Like it's kind of cool that you could just hop on something like this and be from point A to point B pretty quickly, rather than taking like a traditional bus. Something that's like its own transit line, so to speak. Kind of cool. Different for me, maybe similar for you guys. Let's pop back over here for a second. Did I miss your WCS stories? Nope, not yet. We're just going through the recap right now, Derek. Appreciate you being here. Must have felt odd, like what do you say? Like I said, I have some videos where like literally as Matt was talking, I mean, I was making like just funny jokes because I was like so cringed at the time. I was sitting with like all the guys like Kevin and I think Jonathan maybe, and Jonathan had left actually at that point. Yeah, Brendan O'Connell, just like a ton of people like in this row of seats, and we're like, is he doing this right now? It was pretty well. Found an interesting CMS Strappy. I think I've heard of that. I gotta check it out though. I'm gonna do a lot more exploring. I'll tell you guys this too once we get through all this stuff. I think the channel is not gonna like change at all. It's still gonna be me and everything, but there's a lot of interesting insights that I got from people that are smarter than me at WCUS. So a lot of cool things. It was just a great time. The pillows in our hotel were amazing. God damn it. They actually, I don't know. The pillows at the high were all right. This is the high right here. So, beautiful hotel. I think it's very new. There's some other hotels around there as well. Right across the street from the convention centers, you'll see some of these pictures right here. Like this is literally the view from the 13th floor that we were on. Big place, pretty cool. And also, I want to say this too. Like, if you guys weren't there this year, if you were there, are you going back next year? If you weren't there, like hopefully just take a look at what I'm kind of talking about here, the pros and cons, and ask me any questions you want, and I'll give you my perspective on it. Because I mean, it's going back next year. Like it's gonna be in the same exact spot. I think the same exact hotel. So I'll be there. I can't go to. You guys are some of the first to hear this. I can't go to Europe in 2025. I was asked by people. I was like, they were like, you gotta go to Europe. I was like, I looked at my calendar and I'm officiating my sister's wedding on that weekend, so I cannot attend Europe unfortunately in 2025. But I will be at Portland again because this was too great. All right, so Saturday, I thought it ended on Friday. Yeah, I just flew out on Saturday, but I think some people stayed around because like you're in the city here, so to speak. But like, there's so much cool stuff like out on the outskirts of the city and like hiking and stuff. So I saw a lot of other people doing that. Did I put it on IG? I'm not sure. I hate this whole thing where like I'm catching up on comments and I'm not exactly sure what we're addressing. Let me know, Jonathan, and I'll let you know if I put it on IG. I'm not sure if I did. Photo slideshow of the vacation classic. This is high quality content, Brian. I don't write, so I can't put beautiful blog posts together like yourself. So I just show pictures. I'm a visual guy, you know that. Brian, has the speed build been edited and posted? That's actually a good question. I do have some pictures of that too. I actually have a funny video of that as well. That's me in the bathroom. So I landed, and then we decided that it would be a great idea to go golfing as we landed. But pretty much like we all got in, myself, Kevin Geary, Corey Mass, and Derek Ashar. We decided it was going to go. So that's, you're seeing the golf fit pre golf round. And these are the rental clubs that we were using because obviously I didn't take my clubs out there because I'm not good enough for that. Although some of these clubs were better than my clubs, but I didn't know how far they went, so it was a little rough. Yeah, so it was an interesting situation. Okay, we're back on the chicken tenders here. Hang on the comments. Yeah, so 17. Yeah, 100%. Ranch was good, kind of expensive. Maybe $7 max. Sounds like, yeah, cost. Yeah, it's expensive out there. That's odd because the Portland airport is currently voted the #1 airport for food. I mean, it was not bad. I'm sure the burgers were better too. But I just not a huge burger guy. Yeah, so the you definitely see it on the live streams, and I'm sure Jamie will have it at some point too. Chicken looks good, not for 17. Yeah, it looked like somebody get a concession stand. It was good. Honestly, it wasn't bad, but it was interesting. I took the light rail both directions. It was super convenient. Had no problems with it, especially with it. Oh, yeah. Also, they gave the passes out, right? Yeah, Kristen, good point there. So they gave the passes out, and I think they gave them out like afterwards, obviously, so I couldn't use it coming in. And then I ended up not using it again because we reserved an Uber going back in the morning. But yeah, it was a really good experience for the most part. UK trains everywhere. Try to go to London. Yeah, I don't know. I wish we would have more of that in Pittsburgh. But at the same time, we're not like a huge city, so it's not really the biggest deal in the world. I'm sure there's much more traffic elsewhere that could, other cities that could benefit from those types of things. I did share the hotel room. Yep, it was actually honestly fine. I mean, me and my buddy CT, like, he's been involved. He's been in WordPress longer than I have, but he's not too involved in the community scene. So we kind of, and we're both adults, so we kind of just like did our own thing for most of the time. It was great, honestly. It was a good time. I took the light rail around town. Great morning coffee. Arrived with Brendan. Yep, I heard you and Brendan hanging out on the coffee. Yeah, I think I just, there's a whole map of that thing. It's hard for a non-public transitor to know how those lines are going, but it's super cool that the one, there's one that goes straight up to the airport, and then there's a couple other ones you can take to different areas. I think I was gonna take it to somewhere else, but then I ended up taking Uber. I can't remember what it was. A lot of the stuff is so close though, guys. Like, I know, like Brian and other folks, you guys were in here, but like if you weren't there, like it is a solid venue. I mean, the convention center is right there. If you stay at the Hyatt or one of the other hotels, like, you're always in the spot. There's some pictures in here that we'll get to that are from that are directly in the lobby of that hotel, like, is the epicenter for everything going on. Even if you're not in that hotel, like, there's, people are always in that Hyatt lobby. It was just a really good thing. Like, you come down, and if you know some people, you just see them immediately. I can't say enough about like all that sort of thing. If there are any crimes to be talked about, it's the $17. I don't know what the costs are at the Portland airport to get that. I feel like one thing about airport food that I don't actually know 100%. I'm guessing here is that they kind of can charge whatever they want, because if you're behind security, right, where the hell else are you gonna eat? I don't know. I mean, we didn't have to eat there. We were on our way out of the airport, and we just decided to get that. But yeah, did he mention me yet? What? Mike, brother, appreciate. It was awesome to meet you, man. It was awesome to meet in person. Actually have, I don't know if I have any of those pictures from the. I got the funny stories about the YouTuber thing, but yeah, I met Mike McAllister here in the chat. I met him in our YouTuber soiree in a back alley looking room thing. It was really sick, honestly. It was like, what was that place called? Pacific Standard. It's like kind of like a really interesting take on a like a meeting room or a party room. It's outside. It looks like you're literally in a back alley, and there's just like tables lined up. I could probably find those pictures. If you look at Ann McCarthy's blog, you can see them there. What do we got here? He's been talking about you this whole time, Mike. Honestly, yeah. I didn't want to say anything, but you're gonna have to catch it on replay. Yeah. He's mentioned me in the first moment. So exactly. Andrea's crying in the chat. crying in the club. All right, what else we got here? Okay, so we were golfing. All right, so here's KG pitching out. I don't know if you could see or hear this. It's kind of probably. You guys let me know if you let me know if you could hear that. I don't know if you could hear that. So again, we're playing with Kevin Geary, Derek Ashar, and Corey Mass at like this golf course in Portland, right off a plane with rental clubs. I'm not trying to make excuses, but first hole was fantastic, and then from there we all just kind of it was rough. It was rough. It was fun, a lot of fun, but not my best performance. Derek Ashauer is literally a professional golfer. Do not let him hustle you. If you go back to Portland and he wants to play, he's trying to do the WP Open, and I'll compete in that. But I already know the facts. So just be cognizant that he is a damn good golfer. This is Kevin's shot here. This is and we only got a few videos, and I don't know if you can kind of fully see this, but this is a fantastic shot. Hitting an iron off the tee around the dog leg, puts it right over this tree. I was excited. Right over this tree. Landed it.
Perfect. Right over the trees.
Landed it right in the fairway. Right in the fairway, past the dog leg. Dude is, I don't know. He says he's only played golf 9 times. I was hustled by everyone actually because Kevin played great and he said that he's only played 9 times. So I don't know. I don't know what's going on there. And then this one here, there's like this is like almost like a T. If you guys know golf, like there's like almost like a island green, like a TPC sawgrass type thing. And it's just a beautiful hole. That's all I wanted to show here. But yeah, we got some film, got some cool photos. The boys here, you probably saw this one on Twitter potentially or X. Yeah, what a squad. Hopefully we do this more. If you guys like golf, if you want to golf with the boys, all the WP gang. I know Derek is putting together, believe it's golfwp.com, I believe. Next year. Should be dope. I'll talk about more food in a second. Hang on. This is so fun. I've lost my spot in the chat here. Hang on. All you pictured on IG. Yeah, I think there's a good amount of stuff on IG. I got that on there. Nobody like IG. I feel like is kind of like outside the realm of WordPress. So I haven't done too much on there. I would say LinkedIn, Facebook, and X are like the big ones for. Not even LinkedIn that much, but X and Facebook I feel like are huge for what we do. So can't wait for Mark's coloring. But what the. Why are you spoiling my ideas, Matt? God damn it. I tell you this shit in confidence, and then you come on here in the chat before we're at the coloring book time. I'm teasing, but this is really cool. I hope you guys are enjoying this, hopefully. So many Dereks. There's a lot of Dereks. There's a lot of Dereks, a lot of Matts. Good amount of Marks. Yeah, a lot of names. Did people recognize me? That's a good question. Thank you, Ruben. Yeah and no, I want to say. I didn't get... This is actually a broader topic that I'd love to talk about that we can once I get through some of these damn pictures. But I didn't get like fans or anything coming up to me, and I didn't really like expect that, nor, you know, I'm upset about that or anything, because I don't really know, like, I feel like a lot of my, you know, audience, so to speak, is a lot of you guys that like we kind of all do similar things. We're kind of like peers, so to speak. I think like, you know, somebody like Kevin, I know, took some selfies with like people that you would classify as fans. I don't know. The whole thing's still fucking weird to me. But recognize, though, is kind of like an interesting topic for 2 reasons. One, obviously, you see people in real life, you see their avatars, and then you go there and you find out that some people like Zach Katz are fucking 7 feet tall, and it's like a shocker. It's crazy. I wish we need to start like labeling in our avatars like how tall everybody is, so I don't get like, you know, shocked when I roll up and I'm like one of the shortest people there at a 5'7" on a good day. But it was fun nonetheless. I'm joking, but that was really interesting. But the other thing, though, is to go slightly more meta on this, and then we can talk about it more once I find your guys' thoughts in the chats in like 5 minutes on this topic, is like when you say, did somebody recognize like me or whoever? The interesting part is, and I want to know more of this data, is who was actually there, because I don't really know. Like, I don't know, we don't know well enough, I feel like, who was like how many agency owners, DIYers, product owners, like, whatever, like, like I want that I want that notice. That's why I tweeted out like, hey, the only thing I saw was the exit survey, so to speak, of WCUS, and on there it did ask like who it had a couple, maybe a couple questions along those lines. I want that data. I would have loved that data while I went there. I feel like that should be on the the registration side of it, because I just think that's important to kind of know who's coming, because then you could do so many different things. We'll talk about more about that because I have some notes, but yeah, there's a lot of things there. I just realized too that I did have notes on what I wanted to say here, and I've just been fully flying off of these pictures, which is pretty in line with what I wanted to do. But oh my God, we're not even through the first day. This is bad. All right, maybe we should pick it up here, boys and girls. Let's see. All right, so we went to Fogo de Chao. Went to Fogo with Kevin and Mateo and Andrea. If you haven't been to Fogo de Chao or Texas de Brazil, go. It's fantastic. If you like meat, they just serve you meat until you pass out or something. It's fantastic. We went there kind of late, so like the experience was good, but at the same, I don't know why I didn't take any pictures of the meat. These pictures are not indicative of what you get here. I don't know why I didn't do that, but I was so tired. It was like I was jet lagged, and we just played around in golf. It was crazy, but Fogo de Chao is fantastic. Hopefully, all you guys are salivating looking at this nice moist brownie thing here. Another picture just from the hotel room. That's the Moda Center. I didn't realize that's where like the Portland Trailblazers play. This is another meal. I'm living my life back through these pictures of random food items. Okay, so this was like technically contributor day on Tuesday here, and I had this meal with James Brooks and Joe from Updraft Plus. So it was pretty solid. Really good meeting there. We can come back to that. Went to Killer Burger with the gang, Kevin and all the guys, Brendan and everything like that, Derek, Andrea, Mateo. I'm probably forgetting some people. I just had fries because one, I'm not a big burger person, and two, I literally ate like 5 minutes, like 10 minutes before, even though we like walked around the city for a while trying to find like a place. Yeah, but the fries were good. This is a funny fence that we can sit on here for a second. This apparently they have 7,000 volts of electricity protecting the Subaru dealership that we were walking around. So that was crazy. We didn't touch that, but part of me wants to go back and touch it just to see if they're actually lying or not. Mike says, likewise, dude, was awesome meeting everyone on the YouTube ramp. Yep, 100%. That was a sick little spot there. About how many people do you think showed up for the event? I thought 1,700 were registered. There is a group photo, but that's definitely not indicative because I don't think nearly everybody was in that group photo. I wanted to say 1,700, but I heard larger numbers. I'm not 100% sure. Oh, I see you guys missed it. The Portland airport has normal restaurants outside of the security at normal prices. Ah, that's the problem. Okay. All right. Next time. Good to know for next time. Who won? I'm assuming we're talking about the golf. This guy right here in this picture here, that's with the fence, Derek Ashauer. Conversion Bridge, Sunshine photo card. I don't know, guys. There's so much shit to talk about. I got this swag over here that you can't see. This is kind of a little, it's just been sitting here. It's a little wrinkled, but this is Derek's shirt as well that he gave me. WP Sunshine. So lots of cool swag. But yeah, Derek is a professional golfer. Don't let him hustle you. I wouldn't have known it myself. I'd seen the news. They just opened that section. Oh yeah, about the thing. Yeah, crazy. Portland Airport's crazy, and the Pitt Airport is also getting a big redone terminal too. So lots of cool shit going on in the airspace, I guess. I don't know. On that note, I have to change someone's flights at last minute. Yeah, good call. I heard WP Open already got shut down because trademark violation. I wouldn't be surprised. Got to be careful. We don't want to infringe. Infringing is bad. I have $17 placed on Derek for the time view. Yeah, honestly, I think you should bet that because the odds are probably better on that than spending it on chicken tenders. Brian liked the trademark comment. Golf is so boring. Yeah, I mean, I thought so too. And then I started playing it and I suck and it's annoying. So it's kind of like a double whammy. KG shows up the golf course without a college shirt, complete animal. It's a public course. To be fair, he did ask and we didn't give him a good answer. I'm going to take the blame for that one. You're 2,000 miles away from your home. I'm racking up the excuses here. So I don't know. What time did you golf? Sunrise, sunset. Yeah, we were concerned actually about that. Our tee time was like 3 p.m. And luckily there was literally like no one in front of us and we played pretty fast. And it was wild. We were gonna do like a scramble to save time, but we didn't. Everybody played their own ball, all 18 holes, and we still finished like well before. There were people going, like we were sitting next to the 10th tee box, and there were people still teeing off like when it was visibly dark. I've never played like in noticeably dark weather. They're crazy out there. But yeah, it was it all worked out. It literally couldn't have worked out any better. It was actually perfect. Yeah, the bacon. The bacon was fantastic over there. I asked ahead of time how. Yeah, yep. No dress code. KG is ripped. KG has huge calves. I noticed that in that picture. Huge calves. I would not want to. You don't want to get kicked while you're rolling, which we did. It was funny. There's so many like small little things. I don't know if you guys are appreciating this and all. There's so little small little things. Like we're riding in the Uber and there's like a jujitsu place and like Kevin's telling me that I want to go roll with them. I like, bro, you will kick my ass. Like I'm not going in there with you. That's not a, we're not doing that. And then like the Uber drivers are getting involved. And I didn't say this yet because I got these stories elsewhere lined up. But like we're doing a survey on, every single Uber driver. Like, hey, do you know WordPress? Do you know Wix? Do you know whatever? And literally, strangely enough, every single Uber driver said that every single Uber driver said that they knew WordPress pretty much, and they like only a couple said they knew Wix, maybe Shopify, but like we were asking, like it was really strange. It was extremely strange. Like the polling results were absolutely not what you would expect. Yeah. Seriously, we're all right off the plane here with KG's comment here. Digging the photos, great idea. I appreciate it. How many days were there? I was there from Monday to Saturday. Yeah. Burnt meat. Sometimes you get burnt meat. Sometimes it's a little overdone. A lot of times it's probably like underdone for some people too, though. How much money did you spend? I love these questions. Thank you guys. How much money did you spend? Kyle said he spent. Kyle said he spent. I met Kyle, by the way. Great guy. 1,200 for the hotel. I think honestly it was. It was like, I think it was 200 a night. So that tracks completely. I shared the room, like I said, with my colleague CT Cope. So I think I only paid like 500 and something. So that's one added benefit of sharing a room is it's cheaper. The Hyatt is, I don't know if that's like expensive for hotels, but I mean, honest to God, like there's some pictures in here. I'll keep going through. This is the convention center right across the street. Like there is some really cool. It's a beautiful hotel. Like I don't know. I don't, other than the pillows. Okay. I didn't hear any bad things about the Hyatt. If you want to spend your money and go there, I would do it again. But there's also other places around there. And there's actually, fun fact randomly, there's actually places around there that they're at events at. Like one of the hotels, I think it's the Hotel Eastland maybe, is like there were some people that were in the hotel, like they stayed in that hotel and there were events on the top of the hotel. We'll see some of that, I think, if I remember appropriately. But like that was kind of cool. Yeah. American cuisine where you have fat and burnt. Those, if we're talking about the meat stuff, that is supposedly Brazilian, but yeah, it's probably potentially Americanized. Is that a Subaru dealership or a correctional facility? I don't know. It might be both. I'm honestly not sure. We didn't go check. I know everyone was talking about the hotel pillows, but I thought it was weird AF. There was no door to the bathroom when the door was out. Yeah. So like, this is I don't know if you could see it in that one picture of the selfie of me in the mirror, but like yeah, it's really, it was that part was like the strangest thing, especially when you're sharing a room with somebody. Like you have a bathroom and the shower has a glass door and the actual toilet area has like a glass door, but it's like a stall door. It doesn't have like it doesn't go all the way to the ceiling, doesn't go all the way to the bottom. It's just like it's like a shower door. And then when you walk out into the hallway, you have I should have done a hotel room tour. Maybe I'll be like a better content creator next year when I go and do this. But there's like a hallway when you walk out of the bathroom room part of it, and you're like, you have a microwave there, you have a little bit of stuff to hang your stuff, and then you have a huge sliding door, like a wooden sliding door that does go ceiling to floor, but it's just it's kind of a weird layout. So yeah, if you're sharing a room with somebody that is not immediately related to you, could be an interesting time. Was SiteGround there? I believe SiteGround was there. I have some pictures of the showcase floor, the sponsor floor. Okay, here we go. All right, so we're getting into good stuff now, hopefully. All right, so this is the registration area that you see in the when you walk into the convention center, you get your badges and everything like that. You just walk up. This is actually random thoughts coming to me. Hopefully you guys appreciate these strange things that come into my head. There's like laptops right here, okay? And this is probably like one of the coolest things that I thought about this. I don't know what I thought was different, but you just go in, you type in your name, and then your badge gets printed, right? Oh, cool. Now I can do a little show and tell too. So your badge literally gets printed as you, maybe I can flip back and forth too. Your badge thing here gets printed as you type in your name. So you type in your name and then they hand you your badge. They hand you this badge, right? And we'll talk about this in a second because this is a big, Matt Medeiros wasn't happy about that. You get that with this, okay? This is a WordCamp US lanyard thing, okay? And it's got these little clips, right? And then you get these socks, which I'm probably not gonna wear. Probably gonna give to my wife. But you get the socks, and then no shirt. I guess maybe there was a shirt last year. I don't know. But you get that stuff. Maybe you might get like a pin or something else that I don't know. Maybe like a little tiny WordCamp camp pin thing. But here's the thing. My one complaint about this is that when I showed you this badge, it has this nice laminated thing on here, right? And that's because Mark Westgard is a wonderful man, and he gave out these lanyards with this plastic thing on it. So you don't actually get that by default. You just literally get a piece of paper, and then this thing that they gave you just kind of clips on there. So it's not that big of a deal, but it would rip because you're running around doing different stuff and all that sort of thing. So that's the one bit of critique I would say is like we gotta laminate these badges, but it's cool that they print them off right there. It's kind of cool. Like they're not just all sitting there or something. It's literally like print on demand, which is kind of nice. So we got my boy here. We got. I felt honestly, man, this guy has taught me a lot here, and I was his personal photographer. You'll see some other pictures throughout this little slideshow presentation, and I just I felt like sometimes I was there longer than him. I felt like sometimes I was kind of I was the veteran. I'm taking pictures. It's I don't know. What a guy though, huh? What a guy. Changes his Twitter banner photo, his X banner photo to this. Doesn't give me any photo credits for it. It's kind of wild, but I appreciate everyone. I appreciate Matt Medeiros here. Hopefully he's still sticking around.
Ready for a photo op here. Ready for the photo op.
Look at this. He's bitching. He's bitching about the WS form lanyard as he's getting his picture taken. Man. Then I got this gravity one over here too, though. So yeah, it's funny. This is fun. This is fun for me. I had a great week. Had some food. It's fucking ridiculous. I had some food here with Mr. Matt Medeiros. Funny story. These onion rings right here, actually. We didn't order those. Matt was, I don't know if he's watching his protein intake or something. He got a salad, and they gave us onion ring. He eventually got the salad, but yeah. I'll leave this on the screen here for you guys so you guys salivate for a second. Let me go back to the chat. Oh man, please like this stream to let me know that this isn't cringy AF, or dislike it. I don't care. Let's see where we got here. Yeah, SiteGround. Yeah, SiteGround had a booth, I think. Did you meet Adam? Yes, I did meet Adam. I sat next to Adam at the Grid Paint dinner, which there's some pictures of and everything like that. I don't, that was honestly super surreal for me. Again, I don't want to get weird about it, but guys like Adam, WP Tut, Paul wasn't there, Paul Charlton, but like those types of YouTubers, I was watching them when I was building my shit in 2018. You know what I mean? And to go there now and be able to sit next to them, I know it's like a small-ish community, but it's still cool as fuck. So I don't know. It was kind of cool. Let's see. Uber neo slavery. I don't know. We're gonna need to unpack that a little bit, but that's interesting. Derek, good. Thank you for being here, brother. Go do some cool stuff. Appreciate you being here. They need a WP hotel. Yeah, that would be something. Mike, Hyatt was legit. The fact that it has store, market, a bar, restaurant, all connected with super. I mean, it's just unbelievable. It's like a whole little tiny city right inside the lobby there. Buffet in the morning, which I probably have some pictures of. This was. I'm not doing a good enough job of telling you where these things are at because if you guys do go, you need to know. This is great food, and this is in the lobby of the Hyatt. Like that's where this is. It's right around the corner, inside like where the lobby is. Like you can hear people talking like potentially about WordPress and stuff from like where you're sitting eating like really quality food. So you don't really have to go. Yeah, I got a hat. I got a grid pane hat here. But I didn't. Yeah, they didn't. We didn't get any hat. All made in China. I'm not sure. I'm probably most of the stuff would be made in China. I'm not 100% sure. Man, I miss it already. Again, look at this guy's picture. Look at this guy's beautiful headshot in the. This is at least at least two people that my Google Pixel 9 Pro XL, too long of a name, has changed the profile pictures and banners for. This is dope. I'm really excited. This is like a nighttime-ish view, kind of cool. All right, so now we're at like, God, I'm losing my mind. I think this is Tuesday night. This is an elevator in the city area. It's like a very interesting situation here. Okay, so you take an Uber, and this is weird because this is like me taking an Uber by myself over there, and I was like a little like because like I just didn't know like who was gonna be there. I knew some people, but this is an Elementor like invite party or whatever, and I'm down there. And it's like an apartment complex. You get on the bottom floor, and then you like literally show these guys your badge, and they walk you to the elevator. They click the penthouse button, and you go all the way up to the top. And then this is like it's like a rooftop Elementor thing. And I think I don't know if you guys know Howard Spaeth, but he was like a photographer for a lot of the events. He's probably gonna end up dropping a bunch more photos because I should have taken more like specific stuff, but I don't know what I was thinking. This is like the spread. You get up to the penthouse. This is like a big spread of like where the bar and the kind of the the munchy stuff meets here. Huge, kind of basically like an apartment, but I guess they just rent it out for events. I don't know. Hosted by Elementor. There's a little bit of karaoke and stuff. Met a lot of good people here. Chatted with some people. This is kind of the vibe, so to speak. Sipping on my water because I do not drink alcohol. Never have. So yeah. So then that was that, and then I guess this is probably the next morning. Where are we at? The badges don't have plastic anymore because they're trying to be eco-friendly. Ah, I see. I guess I get that then. It's good. Good thought. Now I'm hungry. Yeah. I knew I was gonna get everybody hungry on this. Onion rings are vegetables. That's true. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what Matt was thinking there. Who eats chicken fingers with a fork? Matt Medeiros. I think it might have been hot. I'll give him a pass on that. With a fork and a knife. Let's see here. Did someone bring a hat? Did someone bring a hat that we don't know about? Why is he cutting the chicken finger into tiny pieces? Okay, I bring a kid that we don't know about. Yeah. I don't know. It could be secret kids. Actually, I did see at least one small child at this event, which was interesting. I don't know if they're like a child prodigy or what the deal was. Maybe they're just tagging along, but I did see the average age was higher. It's like I'd probably say the average age was well. Oh, actually, who did that? Who did that? James Brooks. A blog post, and he was saying like just based off of like kind of using AI to see it, like the average age was like 38, which obviously that's not like hard data, but it's relative, I guess. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe there was some. I only saw one kid, I think. But yeah, Marcus, got to meet Marcus there, chat with him. Getting to meet people I look up to in this space and have for years is one of my favorite parts of WordCamps. 100%. That is absolutely one of the coolest things that I got to experience. And just like everybody else that I've talked to, it's pretty dope. All right, so we're into the talks here. This is Showcase Day. This is the Disney talk. Kevin talked about it yesterday on his stream. I'm sitting right next to him during this presentation. And, Yeah, it was kind of interesting. I wish I really I don't know the ins and outs. Okay, guys, I've been here for 1 year. But I wish, and I don't think I'm gonna get this wish, but I think that there would be a cool. It would at least be in. I would love people to tell me why this isn't a good idea. Let's put it that way. To have like, and I know Showcase Day was new specifically, but to have like tracks where like if we had numbers on who is a DIYer, who is an agency owner, who is a product owner, who is a, maybe like an executive, whatever. If you had like dedicated tracks to those, because if you look at the schedule, there were like, I think there normally are like 3 rooms, so to speak. If you could just like in those 3 rooms like gather talks that would maybe you don't have to. Maybe you want people to move around or whatever. But I'm saying like if I was a DIYer or an agency owner or one of those archetypes and I went there for the talks, I would want to hit talks that were like designed for me. I think that a lot of people would just appreciate that. So that's kind of my overall takeaway. I went to this talk. I went to James LePage's talk, which you'll see here about AI. I went to the speed build. And then I think I was trying to hit some other ones, but I had so many meetings too that like I don't know if I have that. I have these written down or something, or written down in my notes over here. But like there's like so many different things going on. It's hard to hit all the talks, and then it's even harder when you like don't necessarily know, because some of the titles are almost like YouTube thumbnail and video titles. They're like not exactly what you're gonna see, and then you have to like go in. So I mean, I don't know. If anybody wants my feedback, I'd be happy to share it directly for next time. But just one person. But I think that that's kind of the general consensus that I've got is everybody loves the hallway track, everybody loves the networking, which is fantastic, and I think that was the thing that I appreciated the most. But like I think the talks were good. Like the people giving the talks are good. You know what I mean? I just wish that it was like a little. I wish we could do something, but maybe that goes against like the idea of like let's just throw everything out there and just like let people walk around and figure out what they want. I get it. I can see both sides, but I don't know. Just kind of that's kind of my thought process on that. But this Disney one was interesting. Talking about using Gutenberg, there was a second part of it where I think they went into more technical stuff, but I don't know how deep. Uh, I don't know. Again, there is a level of me that thinks it's kind of just like, okay, hey, Disney uses WordPress. That's cool, kind of in that realm, which I think is fine to a certain degree. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Here's what I mean. Okay, there's some people. Let's just take this as an example. There's some people that absolutely want to know. Oh shit, Disney is building with WordPress. That's awesome. I, archetype one, want to build websites for companies like Disney. How do depending on who you are, right? I want to know how to get a Disney level client. And Disney is doing this for themselves. So like that doesn't necessarily track, right? But like you could have, and maybe this did happen. I just don't know about it. I just didn't know about it. Like you could have somebody from a large agency like being like, hey, this is how we kind of get that. I think there was a little bit of that here, a little bit of agency stuff. I've honestly kind of like stepped slightly out of that mindset so that I wasn't like looking for that. But you guys tell me if there was more stuff like that. If you're looking to get a Disney client, or if you are looking to build a site to the caliber of Disney, right? There's just slightly different archetypes. I feel like that we're in this at this event that I feel like we could serve slightly better depending on what we're kind of doing there. So, and this is that. I just wanted to show you guys this because I would never have seen this. I didn't think this was extremely well marketed, but it was a great thing. Like you get that free pass for the for like the TriMet, which was the tram and everything like that Kristen mentioned. So I don't know, just something. If you go next year, remember that because I'm sure they'll probably end up doing that again. This is James LePage's talk, packed house, standing room only for everything he's doing over at WPAI. Got a chance to talk to James specifically in like a meeting for like 30 minutes. Chatted with him here and there at other stuff. The dude is extremely smart, and he's younger than me, which is rare. So I mean, it's rare in this space. So I'm fully behind everything he's doing. Dude is him, and also met his CTO Greg Hunt. Yeah, just great stuff that they're doing. Loving it, loving it, loving it. Let's go back to the chat here for a second. Some serious chicken tender violation going on here. Yeah, there's a lot of weird chicken tender stuff going on. I actually didn't foresee all that when I put all these slides, these photos together, but You know, we need more drama. And honestly, I mean, would we rather have trademark drama or chicken tender drama? I'm actually split on that. I don't know. And there's another picture of chicken tenders in here, Mark. I'm calling. Yeah, WP chicken tender. That's funny. This is something. Um, we are changing the WordPress content game right now. You're seeing it happen live. Too many chicken tenders in one live stream. So what? So what point did you say you use bricks? At the. I think you're talking about the Elementor thing. Yeah, I mean, I used Elementor for a while, and you know, it's interesting because like I know all the people like necessarily there weren't, I don't know, necessarily Elementor users, but the thing is like I'm gonna give you the inside baseball. I'm gonna give you the Matt Mullenweg inside baseball. No, I'm just kidding. That was a quote from this space the other day. The inside baseball is that I think there is a level past the page builder like war bullshit that I've pretty much gotten to at this point, because I mean I love using bricks. I did love using Elementor when it was good for me. I haven't used too many other page builders. I want to use Core more. That was actually one of the things that you're going to see slightly more on this channel. Not like using it necessarily, but definitely exploring it. I'll get more into that because it's a whole topic in and of itself. But that is just like one of the realizations that I had. You know, Etch is coming down the line. Like I feel like one of the things that I am good at now, like literally, you know, I was having a meeting. One of the best meetings of the week, I'll be honest with you guys, was with Jamie Marsland, and he was like saying that I was just like, I'm an explorer, which I kind of knew that. I mean, I learn and try and share stuff, and it's just like, I think that that's something that I really want to kind of lean into because there's a lot of, and hopefully you guys appreciate it. We'll find out, but there's a lot of opportunity for that, just because there's a lot happening. So once you get past the level of like the page builder stuff, I'm not saying you guys necessarily are there, but I'm saying like if you get past the level of this versus this, and I'll tell you this though, to be completely honest, I'll go over here for a quick second because I want you guys to feel the effect. When you go to an event like this, you really understand that. Like it's not this bullshit of like this versus this thing's better than this until you get to the keynote maybe. But you don't have that. Like you don't have that feeling. Everybody is just like a real person, a real human. We're not arguing about shit on, you know, X or Facebook or anything like that. It's just really cool. And maybe I will also say, because I always throw these caveats in here, I will say that maybe this was my first one. I was meeting a lot of people. I was kind of like on a little bit of an extra high, so to speak, just like a natural high of like, oh shit, like I'm meeting these people in person. This is dope. But I really do feel like that. I like you. I'm a curious person, and I genuinely wanted to know like what you like, you know, walk up to a person, oh, I've seen you on X, like what do you do, like tell me like more about like how your business has grown or how you've created your product or how you've you know, navigated this space, like where you're going next. I mean, like you can get into like personal stuff. You know, like we're talking, like I met Matt Cromwell, and like me, Matt Cromwell, and Brian Cords are on the rooftop of that apartment complex at that Elementor thing, and we're talking about like random, like geopolitical stuff. Like it's just like it's like weird where you find yourself. You know what I mean? Like it's just an interesting spot. And every conversation was valuable, no matter if it was like WordPress related or like less WordPress, you know, like wherever it was on that spectrum. And I just really appreciate that. I don't know where I was going with that riff, but that's kind of what I would say is that it transcends like when you're in person with this stuff. Like that's the coolest part of like the WordCamp, you know, scene for me, just from the recap of it. And I do like to get a little meta, so maybe it suits me in that way. But that's what I would say is it was pretty dope. Penthouse, yeah, we were on the penthouse, all the way to the penthouse from the basement to the penthouse. Deep fried food, great food. Yeah, it you know, it's tasty. We won't say it's good for you. We'll say it's good eating. But I agree with you. Honestly, as an aside to that, I don't know what exactly happened. I didn't get sick. I don't know if other people. I think some other people might have gotten sick. I didn't get like you know, like COVID sick, or I didn't get like anything like sinuses or anything. But like I didn't really feel like I ate much worse than I normally do when I'm in Pittsburgh out of Portland. But I just like my digestive system like coming back was like a little weird. Maybe it could be because also I'm not like used to flying and traveling, but it was just a really interesting thing. like you're going, like you're completely going like basically full steam for those 5 days. My sleep schedule is really weird too. Like we're staying up till like midnight and waking up at like 7, which is not strange, but it's strange because I was somehow able to adjust so quickly, and now I'm like back and I'm like messed up. It's an aside, but yeah, me neither. Alcohol just tastes bad. Yep, I've never tried it, so I couldn't tell you, but I appreciate that. Google Pixels for the win, yes sir, yes sir, right here. Pretty cool. It looks like an iPhone now too, so it's dope. So glad I'm a Norwegian, no deep fried. Yeah, it's probably you're definitely healthier than us, 100%. Child or a little person? I'm pretty sure it was a certified child. I'm pretty sure, 100%. What's up, Sharaf? How do we get more Gen Z on board? Yeah, I mean, that was an interesting take. I was talking about it earlier. There, I probably were I'm behind in the chat as usual. James Brooks had that interesting thought where it was like a sausage fest of middle-aged men. I mean, if you look at just this picture, just as an example, as one random picture, like you can maybe kind of discern that. Obviously, we're looking at the back of heads, but I mean, I see some women in this picture. Um, I I don't know. I think the problem right now is that one, the drama. Nobody, unless you're like in the drama, you don't really want to probably like walk into the drama. So that's probably not great for the overall like attraction of like a Gen Z crowd into the space. But the other thing is, I really do think that we have like a serious like marketing and image problem that I'm not exactly sure how to solve, because in the current setup and way that it is, I think Jamie is, from talking to Jamie like one on one for the first time, I do think that he's got a lot of really good ideas, and I think that YouTube is going to be one of the keys in kind of getting people more like involved in like understanding what WordPress is, and potentially get it in there. But I don't know. I think the biggest problems that WordPress has is that I feel like if you get seasoned enough, you realize that WordPress is the spot to be in because it is so versatile, robust, and you can do a lot of things. But until you get to that point, it's very difficult to actually know that, like actually know that, and you're not going to get there. And I think one of the things that has happened, and I don't have actual figures on this, but I have, secondhand whatever information, is that I think a lot of people come in and try WordPress and then they leave. Like I think there's like a churn issue, which is not ideal. And I actually didn't think that wasn't a hypothesis that I had. I thought like when you get to WordPress you stay because you realize, but no, I guess there's people that are trying it like maybe first and then they don't come back because it's difficult. So I'm not going to say I have answers. I am saying I'm willing to like talk about it and potentially do some things to help, because I feel like I'm slightly closer to those people in age, even though I'm also not exactly on TikTok that much, as an example. But I don't know. I really think that we have to look at these other platforms that are doing interesting things and see like what they're doing. And then but the pushback is going to be, we don't have money to market like they do or whatever. And it's like, I don't, we we can propose solutions and there can be pushback, but at some point we got to fucking do something. You know what I mean? So it's like, we can't just continuously make like every excuse. And I'm not saying anybody specifically. I'm just saying like, we can't like keep proposing solutions and every single time, no, 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 no. Like at some point we got to be like, all right, we'll try to do those things. And I think we're getting there. I'm optimistic about it. I just think that that's kind of what I'm seeing. Cause I'm just the people that I'm hearing about. There are some Gen Zers and younger people involved and maybe getting involved, but it is a concern. We have to be cognizant of it, I would say. This is the Chow Hall. Kind of a blurry picture here, I think. But this is like just like where you would eat lunch. So like they're in the all this is in the convention center here, these like the talks and everything like that. And this is like a big area with just a bunch of tables, and really interesting situation here because you just like walk over here and there's some like there's like there are a bunch of buffets and everything like that, and you can just sit wherever you want, obviously. So if you know people, you can just go sit down. But like there's like it's like almost like a wedding, right? There's like 8 seats here. So a couple of times here, we met really interesting people that we didn't know. I think, is this what day was this? Let me look at my notes here real quick. So we had, I don't. Oh, okay. I think this was day. Okay, so Brendan and I, if I'm remembering this correctly, because it's a little foggy, but Brendan O'Connell and I were like outside. We saw Jonathan Jernigan sitting down. We walk up to him. We say, "Hey, are you going to get lunch?" So we go in here. We go look at our stuff. We end up sitting in the back here somewhere, and we're talking with some people from the meetup group actually, Steve Kinsey, um, and a couple other members from the meetups out in Cali. And it was a really good chat. Loved talking to Jonathan Jernigan. That was like my first time chatting with him. And again, another I don't know where the lines end up like on the generations, but I don't know why I knew this, but I didn't realize Jonathan was 29. So we got that 20s bond currently going on. But that was a great, interesting. Yeah, you can kind of see like that a little bit more of this, and then this is yeah. So I don't know when did this become a food channel? I don't know. I just lost it. The corn was good. The biscuits, these biscuits were good. This brownie was pretty terrible. I don't know who catered this either. I don't know if this is like convention center food or what. I don't know. I was like, I think this is chicken, and I think it was chicken, like kind of like wings and like just like almost like I don't know, like chicken breast type thing. I don't know what this was. Kind of looks like bacon mixed with like brisket, very thin. Honestly, none of it tasted like really bad. Like honestly, it was honestly pretty good, except this brownie. I don't know what the hell. Maybe it was gluten free brownie or something. I don't know, but um, yeah. So that's day one. That was day one. That was the free food on showcase day, Wednesday. And then this is the grid paint dinners you can see with the hats and stuff like that. Oh, also, yeah, the golf ball. This little gold Vice golf ball here. You can see on the table here as well. We'll get into that. Let's go back to this chat. Has there ever been a WordCamp Pittsburgh? There actually was before my time. I think they had two or three, maybe 17 and 18 or 16 and 17, and then it got like canceled, or it was just like maybe it was 16 and 17 or 17 and 18, and then they just stopped doing it. So I would love to see it, but there has been one meetup for Pittsburgh, and I did meet a couple people at that meetup. It was like a couple weeks ago, and then Alexa Paduzzi, I think if I'm saying her last name right. I could be completely wrong. Sorry, Alexa, if I am. But she works for Automatic, and she was out there, and I met her as well. She lives like it's funny. She lives like 10 minutes up the street from me. It's crazy people you see. But yeah, so I don't know. I would love more stuff in Pittsburgh. Maybe I could do some more stuff to make it happen. But I would love to not have to travel 2,000 miles to go. I'd love for all of you guys to come to me. That would be dope. Because we got guys like DK in the chat here, just like driving up the street to get to this place. So spoiled. But yeah, I don't know. Next year again. Next year's in Portland again. It'll be interesting to see what's gonna happen next. I am 15 minutes behind in this chat. Okay. I don't think I've ever seen a TikTok or a reel about WordPress. I've definitely seen some about Webflow, Wix, and Squarespace. The one thing I would say there is I met a guy named, maybe you guys know him, named Christian Taylor. Part of his brand is like Kraylor, Craylor, and interesting dude because he's got like 50K on YouTube, and he makes content about like online tech and WordPress. He was telling me like 40% of his content is WordPress. He was at the YouTuber dinner, young too, again, like 23 I think, and really good content creator. And I know he's like been in WordPress, and he didn't really get the full. I felt like the old guy. Okay, normally I'm feeling like the young guy. I felt like the old guy because I was like kind of explaining to him the minutia that I've learned in the last year, right? Like there's WordPress, right? Like open source, free platform, build shit, all that. But then the next level is like, okay, how does this thing work? What is automatic? What is WordPress.org.com? All that sort of stuff. And then like all of like the drama news-ish type stuff that like guys like Matt Medeiros cover. And like when you really get into it, if you're that type of person, you cannot just sit there. You have to like, you have to bring that critical thought. Like that's just if that's in your nature. That's what, like kind of like the YouTuber thing was born out of a little bit. The YouTuber, Uniting YouTuber group that Ann McCarthy puts on. It's kind of what the media core was a little bit, built off of to an extent, right? If you're somebody that wants to be, at least look in like the make WordPress Slack group, like that type of thing, right? So I was kind of explaining that to Christian Taylor about that, and the reason I bring him up there is because he does a lot more, like he's much more of a content guy, and he's very good at it. So it's like he's done, I think he just released a course, funny enough, I think it's sponsored by WP Engine, and it's like with cadence and how to build, I think it's like a WooCommerce store, and there's a lot more like short content that I know he does. I'm not sure how active he is on TikTok, I'd have to double check, but I know like on other platforms and other, like he does shorts and all sorts of other stuff. So there is some of it out there, but yeah, it's definitely not the same because people, Wix and Squarespace, people, they get like money thrown at them to make this content, because it's a little more straightforward, I want to say. Also, like, I mean, I did a stream yesterday, with, was it yesterday or the day before? I think the day before. Yeah, I think. With Nicholas Garofalo from Automatic. He's like the director of marketing for .org, and he just had this idea for WordPress creator connections, which is kind of like on borderline of that, but it's also more of just like right now it's like hosting companies with affiliate programs, and like, you can, like, it's a way to like have people, you can watch it, it's on the channel here, but it's kind of just like taking it another step, but we'll see how it continues to evolve, like, so to speak, with like, is WordPress.org ever going to pay people, as an example, to promote their thing? I'm not saying that's possible. I'm just saying, like, how does that continue to work? So yeah. I'm really behind in the chat here. Okay, hang on a sec. James Page is going to change the way we all work with WordPress. His talk is excellent. 100%. Yeah. Very dope. Very, very dope. Walt Disney World, Disneyland, Disney Pictures, cruises, Disney experiences. Yeah. Yep. I don't feel like WordCamps ever have a business track, how to get clients type of content, but it would be popular. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's something to consider. We'll see. Brian, that's what Pressonomics is for. Oh, speaking of that, yeah, I never went there. Obviously, it was too before my time, I guess. I think, I don't know, but apparently there's it's coming back allegedly. I'm pretty sure. I don't know if I'm supposed to say anything, but I'm sure I can. Press Conf, PRESSCONF, dot something. I don't know, but keep an eye out, because that's something interesting. I think April in Arizona. Keep an eye out. I don't know what I'm supposed to say or what I'm not supposed to say, or the domain name. So just keep an eye out. Patrick, appreciate you being here, there, brother. I was bothered by them calling the first talk of the day a keynote when it wasn't. The Disney talk was titled a keynote. It was very confusing. I wasn't sure. Yeah, I think some other people were actually confused about that too. Like, it was like opening remarks and like kind of blended all together or something. I don't know. I mean, I feel like there's a reason. Like, I feel like you want a headline with something like that, perhaps. But yeah. Oh, you guys know more than me. It's coming back. Everybody knows. Okay, cat's out of the bag. Press conf, something. I don't know that somebody put the link in the chat. I missed the golf chat. You got to go back, bro. I was hyping you up, man. He's learning. I'm assuming that's me, and I don't know what I'm learning, but I'm learning all the time. Thank you. Meeting everyone in person drastically changes how you talk about them online. I mean, yeah, I guess. Yeah, we don't, you gotta be like, I actually met this guy in person. He was pretty cool. Yeah, I mean, to an extent, I feel like you have to, if you're a decent person, you have respect for people before you meet them, but 100%, like, you actually like understand and empathize with them more as a human, like, afterwards. So yeah. I can now read their tweets in their voice, and see the mannerisms in my head. That's a really good one. Yeah. And you can picture them height wise too. Yeah, that's another unfortunate one. Or fortunate one, depending on who you are. I can tell who hung out together based on how they talk online now. Yeah. Yep. Was nice to not talk builders for a week, to be honest. Yeah, honestly, it was really, I don't actually know. Honestly, it was like so good and so much of a blur all at the same time. Like, you're sitting at this grid pane dinner here, and again, like, right to my right is like Adam Preiser, Cross is Kevin Geary, Andrea, Mateo, Patrick sitting around here on one of the ends talking to people. And then also, I'm not making a big enough deal about this. I have all these notes, and again, I'm just like looking at the pictures in the comments, and I appreciate all you guys. There's another thing here that I do want to bring up. I want to make sure I like understand, even though it's going to get buried kind of in the middle here. Like, not just the people that you may have known online, but like right to my, if we're I know I put the thing down, but the screen down, but I'm at this grid paint table, and right to my left is a guy named Morgan Tuttle, I believe is his last name, and just like an agency owner. Like, and I'm like, well, this is sick. Like I'm just like meeting people that are just like, you have these like different like sects of people in the WordPress space, like people that are just like crazy, like a lot of us, and just want to like be in this drama and all this stuff, and like do all this, right? And then you have like other agency owners that like I was actually for a while, but like I never did any real networking. And then it's like it's interesting to kind of like be next to those people and talk to them about like, hey, how do you how do you run your business? How do you manage all this stuff? Like Morgan was telling me that he had like his business, then he had a he's like managing a ton of websites. He builds websites, redesigns, like whatever. And then he also has like a whole like studio that he built out to like rent out to people for podcasts. Like it's just like it's like really cool what you see and you hear, not just from like the online people, everyone in general. And another quick story, because I will forget it probably because I'm not looking at the notes, is another one at the lunch on like the second day or whatever. We met this one. I need to have this gentleman's name was Keith Murphy, and we got to have him on the channel. Me and Brendan were having a conversation with him, and we gotta have a talk with him, because this is the shit that like this is the big value is like, we'll talk to people in the WordPress space that we're kind of in like a little bit of an echo chamber because we're always talking, we're always hearing this. But then you talk to somebody like this guy named Keith that we met, and he like works for bigger companies, and then he comes into a different company, and the website is built with, I think it's built with like Elementor. They wanted to use Elementor and everything like that. But his life is like all in like PHP Storm. Like he's the developer. He's doing all this stuff. He's making like I don't even know what he's doing because the stuff's flying over my head. But it's like a real world use case and example of people using WordPress that, again, like Brian Cord's like they tell us this stuff, but like it kind of like slightly goes over my head, or like who is doing it, and then you see it in person and you're like, wow, this is pretty interesting that like you actually get a real life case study of how people are using WordPress, like the good, the bad, the ugly, that type of thing. Brendan's gonna have to chime in because I can't remember everything that was said there. But all I know is I was just asking questions, and I'm like, this is crazy, because like nobody is talking like this in WordPress YouTube, so to speak. I mean, again, other than like guys like Brian, like we're talking about it, but this is so weird to hear from somebody that's like outside of that, so to speak. Still in it, but outside of that part of it. And I know there's a ton more people like that. So I don't know, just maybe shifting my perspective slightly on certain things and just like giving me more clarity. That's why I do this shit. So it's fun. Also, I'm a little upset that I didn't get to take home my credit card knife here that GridPain gave us as swag. Had to leave that there. Funny enough, though, I still did get stopped going through the Portland security in the airport, the TSA. I had a carry-on in my backpack, and I walk through the thing, and I have nothing in my pockets. I'm wearing shorts with zippers on them, and I was wearing the same type of shorts like when I came through like Pittsburgh airport initially. So like I got stopped going through the security, like personally. I do the thing where you stand over with your hands out. And again, this is my first flight in 5 years, and my second trip, necessarily first trip in 5 years, and like I had to stand over there with my hands out and like do that thing, and then it still caught me. It caught me going through the thing. It caught me with my hands out, and then the guy had to like pat down my pants, like just my pocket, because like apparently my right pocket was like lighting up, so to speak, and there was nothing in there but like a zipper, like just a zipper on the bottom. It was unbelievable. So that was something. And then my bag also got dinged. My carry-on got dinged. And then the guy walks it over. He's like, hey, do you have a knife in there? I'm like, no. Like I was going to say I threw it away, but I just didn't even say it. I was like, do you have a knife in there? He said, do you have a knife in there? And I was like, No, what are you talking about? And it was my golf belt. Like he was like, oh, it might be something angled wrong. It was my golf belt. Like apparently, like looked like it was like sharp or something. The buckle on it. So yeah, a lot of fun times. The Portland airport, expensive chicken tenders and TSA stops. Very nice airport though. Beautiful terminal. Very fresh. The landside part or whatever. Okay. Let's go back through some of these things. Guys, appreciate you being here again. Thank you so much. Don't know what I did to deserve y'all. Appreciate it. Our Texas State Fair is fried food heaven's the best. Yeah. Erling is not happy about that, but I indulge in the fried food from time to time. Gen Z doesn't want to build anything. They want to be YouTubers and TikTok stars, and they have shop e-commerce platforms. That's a pretty good point. Yeah, I mean, I kind of sometimes fall into that category. I do like doing this way more than I like actually building websites for other people. I will say that. I really enjoy. This is a topic in and of itself. Maybe we'll do it a different day. But like, I've just like the transition that I've had from like building websites and caring about building websites for other people versus like being able to do something like this and really focus on like one site. Here's my thing with this, and you guys can take this however you want. And I know I'm 20 minutes probably behind on this on the chat now. But the thing with me is like I want to. I think building my own website, like my agency website in the past, and now like marksamancy.co, it takes so much effort to build a really good website that like is feature rich, has like a ton of like really good content on it, like images, videos, what have you. If you want to build something really great, it takes a ton of effort. I could never get behind the idea of like spinning out like the simple sites for people, even though there definitely is a case for that now. I totally see that. And if I was going to do that, I'd probably consider that. But I always wanted to build like the complex things, like the main bigger things, right? And like group membership platforms, all that. And I'm realizing like the amount of money that I would have to charge to not like go crazy building that for somebody else is astronomical, and it just doesn't almost make sense in a lot of ways. So why not just do that for myself and focus on my own thing? And obviously like providing value. I'm not just saying like just build something for no reason, but like provide value. But like the amount of time it takes to do these things, if you really want to do them right, I feel like it's just unbelievable. So I don't know. That's a super high level hypothesis right now. So we'll see. Um, Looks 30 plus. Yeah, I think that was the picture. Yeah, I would agree. He's not wrong at all about sauces. He's not wrong about sauce at all, but also using public avatars is going to skew the data. But yeah, for sure. For sure, for sure. I'd love the data. We want the data. We want the data. We'll see if we get it. I think the new admin UI would really help with that at first step. Yeah, definitely needs to be a little cleaner, a little nicer, all that. Um, yeah, everybody's working really hard. That's the other thing. Everybody's working really hard. If anybody ever critiques WordPress in general, I'm not going to speak for everybody, but I would hope that the general sentiment is that, and the general understanding is that I'm just going to say it for myself. If I ever say WordPress could be better here, whatever, I'm absolutely never talking about individual people, because I know these individual people. I know them now more so in life. You know what I mean? Like in real life, these people are hard workers. They give a shit. Like Courtney Robinson as one example to point out. Like she is probably one of the hardest working contributors that I've ever seen. Like she just gives a fuck. You know what I mean? And it was really cool to see all that. It was really cool. You know, I know we'll probably want to talk about the keynote and everything. It was good to see people getting up there and sharing their thoughts. And it was just, people care. You know what I mean? It's not about like the people, and Matt put together that great video for Gravity Forms about like the people. It's about the people. I mean, it's this community is fantastic. WordPress is not easy to use when you first use it. Yeah, I would agree. We could work on that for sure. What is that, chicken and bacon? Yeah, I don't. Yeah, it's way back there. Yeah, it's weird. I don't know what the hell that was. He said it was brisket, it was sliced thin like bacon. I don't need a single WCUS meal besides Contributor Day, and I have zero regrets because I found some local. Yeah, that's a good plan there. I heard random other thing though is I heard Contributor Days wasn't very good. Correct me if I'm wrong. I heard it was like sandwiches and whatever, which I just thought was counterintuitive, because I feel like Contributor Day are the people that are literally contributing, and it wasn't like if it was like subpar, I would have gave them like filet mignon. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. It's a random thing. Unsure what media was, to be honest. Yeah, we don't know. We don't know. The churn issue, right on the money. That's what happened with me because there's no onboarding. Yeah. Hopefully we can start to rectify that. I don't know. We'll see. We need a Kevin Geary WP for a beginner starter course to promote all WP related stuff. Yeah, I think that would be kind of interesting. I mean, I feel like if you're talking about like a Kevin, like a archetype of Kevin that is serving beginners and starters, I feel like Jamie is kind of pretty close to that. Again, I had an extensive chat with him, and he's got some interesting ideas for the WordPress YouTube channel. We'll see how that evolves. Um, but I don't disagree with that. Um, Yeah, we would. I think a real big analysis needs to be done on like kind of like what Wix and Squarespace, not necessarily what they're doing, yes, but also like who they're going after and who those actual users are, and if you know like WordPress could tap into some of that, steal some of that back, so to speak. And again, I don't want to be alarmist. I don't think it's really an issue because I think WordPress still has like a hefty lead, but it's just again something to be cognizant of. All the food looks like dog's dinner. Yeah, it's some of it was a little weird. Speaking of that though, this is me and my grid paint hat and my grid paint golf ball. I'm gonna have to either put that on a mantle because if I don't, it's probably gonna go right into the woods next time I tee one up. Nice little menu. This is the Metropolitan Tavern. This is what I was talking about. I'm pretty sure this is atop the Hotel Eastland, which some people were staying in, and then this is where the grid paint dinner and the WS Forum party were at. Yeah, how about this? How about this food though? Thank you, Patrick. I appreciate this meal. Um, fantastic, fantastic meal right there. Definitely not, definitely not the free lunch. I mean, it's free for me. Um, so I'll pause this for a second. This was the WS Form like rooftop party, and this was an interesting one because if you could, it's kind of hard to see. Obviously, this was just like a vertical video, but there's kind of you go at the back of this restaurant area, and there's kind of like two separate areas like under here, and the one side was WS Forum, the other side was OmniSend, and there was like a lot of like commingling kind of going on. And it was really cool. Again, you just from this little video here, you can see like a lot of people that you've seen online. It is. I'm not gonna stop saying it's so weird to like Mark Westgard, Jonathan Jernigan, Andrea, DK, Kevin Geary, right? Like I mean like just crazy. It's wild. Jamie, Kyle Van Duzen, like it's just weird. I don't know. I don't know what else to say. I don't want to keep like there's me in a bathroom, sick fit right there. Look like I'm going to play some golf, but I'm not. Already played golf that week. Did terribly. We'll get to this is crazy with all the food picks. I feel like I probably should have taken probably should have taken more pics of other stuff. Let's see what we got here. As a newbie, I can say that when you first can WP, you're so lost because of the size and what's available. If you join Webflow, you only deal with Webflow. Not sure. Yeah, not sure what can be done about it. Maybe. Yeah, I mean, people talk about like onboarding and things like that. There's definitely some things that might be able to be done, but again, I don't know if they go against kind of the philosophy of like what we want to do, so to speak, or what like core team and everything like that wants to do. So I don't know. I definitely need to get through some of these comments here because I'm too far behind. So let's do this. It is why new users leave. There's no 1, 2, 3 step to learn from. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I just don't know if they want if that's something that I don't want to stop saying they, but like when I say they, I just mean like anybody in Powered Automatic, which I've learned is like kind of like everyone and no one at the same time, which is kind of interesting. I got to meet obviously Ann McCarthy in person. Got to meet Rich Tabor in person. Shook Matt Mullenweg's hand at the YouTuber thing, which is I'll get to that. I have some pictures of that. We'll get to that. Who else? Who else? Who else? Who else? I don't know. A lot of people. They'll come to mind. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know if the onboarding thing is something that's an idea or not. I still work with Wix as a backup. I've worked with GoDaddy Website Builder too. Yeah. I mean, I think it's good to have options. I don't plan on leaving WordPress at all, but at the same time, yeah, it's good to know things as just as a professional, you know. Um, Like I would never make videos about WordPress 6.7. Trailer. Did he say that? Oh yeah, yeah. Maybe it was. Maybe he. Oh yeah. He said that. He said that to you, and then that was like. these are un. You cannot put a price tag on the jokes that came out of this. It was fucking hilarious. Yeah, I said that right to Matt. Matt's like, we could meme that so hard. We should meme that somehow. That's hilarious. Appreciate you, Derek, elevating the likes, my man. WCS in your hometown definitely spoils you 100%. Excited to be out there again, brother. I have to leave, but this was fun. A little heavy on the chicken tenders, but that was good. Mike, appreciate you being here, man. Appreciate you sticking around. Appreciate seeing you. Maddie Eastwood, back from the dead. Uh, Finally, the golf balls get some rest. Yeah, yeah. They definitely we murdered some trees for sure. Portland not happy about that. They love their greenery. Did Kevin wear any branded shirts? ACS frames etch. We were wearing the grid paint hats after we got those. I don't know. You have to ask him. I know he was working on some swag. I don't think I saw any though. Was the biggest surprise for me? Fuck. I mean, well, the easy one's the keynote. That was pretty interesting. Surprise. Other than that, that was definitely unexpected. Um, I don't know if there was any other big surprises. It's just surprising how cool everyone was, I guess, and how good of an experience it was because I went out there and I was like, this is like I was looking forward to it heavily, but like I just just traveling and stuff, and I just got over that so quick. I think it was actually good playing golf right away because it kind of like just got me right back into like a mode where I was like doing something, so to speak, rather than just sitting on a plane. Uh, duh, 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 duh. Kevin needs to self-represent. I mean, people know him, but yeah, swag would help for sure. Better late than not showing up. Yeah, appreciate you being here, Max. Brain World. We're yeah we're behind. I don't know. Starts more and more to sound like a dating scene for people with the same hobby. I mean, that's a possibility actually. I think Derek was actually saying something about speed dating next time. WP speed dating. I don't know if there's like code of conduct things you gotta talk about, but honestly, I think a lot of people though are kind of married too. I think I don't know. Same thing happened with my carry-on. They asked if it had weapons and sent it through twice. Yeah, crazy, crazy, crazy. Jonathan, thank you for being here. Appreciate it. The BP11 has been around forever. It's discoverable. These courses are. Yeah. Yeah, a lot of stuff here. Mark Westgar, appreciate you being here, brother. Great meeting you in person, and Casey as well. You guys are absolutely lovely people. Thank you so much for all the parties and all the good convos. All right, so let's rip through some of this stuff. Okay, so this was a sandwich, gluten free sandwich at this bakery that I went to with Kevin Geary and Casey Westgard. Actually, it's pretty good, not bad. Can't complain about it. Speed build with Brian Cords and Amber Hines, hosted by Jamie. Had a good seat for that. Chatted about it. This one was kind of funny. We were kind of like talking about. We're sitting there with like Kevin and Brendan and everybody like that, and we're watching Brian add CSS to the I think I'm pretty sure that was Brian, yeah. Add CSS to the thing here and kind of like looking at everything like that. So that was kind of funny. I was just saying like we're going off script. That was kind of funny. So it's kind of cool. Really cool to see that in person, honestly. I think we need like more. I feel like we need color commentary, but I think it was absolutely really cool to see in person. All right, what else we got here? So this is the hotel like I was telling you guys about. Absolutely beautiful. This is from the one side. If you go around, the front desk is behind this pillar here. There's a whole ass restaurant over on that far side there. Bunch of seating areas. Everything was taking place over here towards this bar area. There's a bunch of seats over here. It was popping. I mean, if you were going, I would highly recommend you go here, or just walk over here every day and talk about it because it's really dope. So yeah, nice stairs to another like they even have like almost like a convention center like inside this like mini halls and stuff like a lot of place has, places have. So that was dope to see that. Definitely cool. Speed dating was for small plugin owners to speed date with potential. Oh, I see. Okay, I see. 70%, 74% male attendance. Interesting. Kevin is smart to hold off etch swag until its release time. Yeah, good call. We went to that bakery on the recommendation. Pretty good. Yeah, definitely good. Kevin said I was missing a semicolon. Yeah, we were on this, and we are like, how's he gonna know if he has any syntax errors? And that was funny. But yeah, I mean, it's so hard. The speed build stuff is just like, again, really cool. And I know Jonathan and Kevin did one yesterday too, the same one. So I don't know. It's definitely something to behold, especially in person. Let's see. Hey, what is etch? So this quote. Hey, what is etch on your shirt for? Oh, it's something that is going to be great when it's ready. Don't advertise these kids. Yeah, it's true. I mean, I feel that. Yeah, like outwardly. Yeah, definitely. Definitely does make sense. Still going. I got a food shop in. Yeah. Yep. Are you saying you left the stream and came back? Because yeah, we're going to be doing this all day. No, I'm just kidding. I have to actually record a podcast with Chris Badgett of Lifter LMS Cast at 3 p.m. Eastern. So I do have we only have 3 more hours, is what I'm saying. Okay, so this is just the place here. Okay, so if you guys are wondering what actual WordCamp is, like obviously there's the talks and then there's all you can, meet everybody and everything like that. But I didn't know what this was like. So this was like the first day that you could do the sponsorship stuff and like see the sponsor hall. So there's showcase, contributor day, showcase day, and then 2 days of like programming, and the sponsor hall is open. And this is what this is. So you got all these different booths, right? And all these different brands that you've probably seen. We got just in this one, Gravity, Cloudwaves, Deer Design. I was like crazy to see them. That was kind of interesting. Nitro Pack, Elementor, right? So you got all these booths. When somebody tells you about booths, this is what you're talking about, okay? They got these little campfire type things. I don't know if this is where those campfire chats were actually taking place, but there were like little places where you could go and have like a meeting, like maybe there were like small talks. I'm not sure if that was actually taking place here. This looks like the only place that would actually happen, but that was a cool little concept for that. You got WordPress VIP, WordFence, Jetpack, Woo, all these other ones, right? SiteGrounds over there we're talking about. This photo is a little blurry, but just trying to get all the angles of the sponsor hall. It's not huge. I wouldn't say it's huge. How many vendors with big booths? I would say like probably maybe there's probably numbers on this. I'm just guessing. I would say probably like 20, 25 with like bigger booths. And then there's like some like little micro booths as well. So yeah, just kind of cool to see all the different people and products that you maybe use and want to use and all that sort of stuff. A lot of hosting companies. But definitely something cool to walk around and get swag. I mean, I don't know. What do I have? I got a ton of stickers. Okay. Got a ton of stickers from all sorts of places. I got this squishy ball thing from Big Scoots. I got some pins. I didn't say I got a few shirts. I got this Updraft shirt that James Brooks gave me. I got this. This is a sick gravity form shirt right here. Very soft. But yeah, that's pretty much. Honestly, I didn't go crazy on the swag. I kind of, honest to God, I kind of felt bad. Like, I don't use all of these products, so I was like, I don't want to just take stuff. Like maybe the people they could sell to would get the swag. I don't know. That's probably overthought that one, but I didn't go crazy on that. Again, I don't know how I became this guy's personal photographer. I don't know what he's scrolling on here. He's like doing, business deals, or I don't know. I don't know what he's doing. He's just, I would have to say though, the best fits of the week, I think was probably Matt Medeiros. And I was a close second with some of my golf stuff. I got a lot of comments saying that looked like I was always coming from the gym, and I literally just take after my uncle here because he looks like he's ready to run a marathon at any moment. He's hustling people with his runs through the streets of Portland, saying he's slow, and then I hear that he's like blazing past everyone. It's crazy. He's got little things in his shoes, like little sprinkles in his shoes, like he put on an ice cream cone. and he's doing business deals right here on the floor. He's getting sponsorships. He's doing all sorts of stuff. And then I'm taking his picture for when he submits his resume, I guess, to Automatic or WordPress.com. I don't know. It's just crazy. I don't know. I guess it's my way of giving back. He's given me a lot of education and wisdom. I guess this is the least I could do. Um, Damn, I'm a good photographer though. Okay, so anyway, we got as soon as this is extremely funny. This is the lunch, and again, this one was, I guess, it wasn't bad. We as soon as we get like the semi-Italian food here, this is right when our Italian friends Andrea and Matteo left. They left, and then these guys pull out the Italian food. It's crazy. Tiramisu, it's unbelievable. Can't believe it. Bad timing, but honestly, probably good timing because it wouldn't have lived up, I'm sure. But yeah, that's I don't know. We're past the food thing. Honestly, the potatoes were great. We got the boys. This is again. I know we're going through every picture that I have here. But these are the boys here, Brendan and you guys know these guys, Brendan and Kevin. Big bar behind here. This is where like it went down. Like we were chilling here. This is the spot. Come here in the mornings, you see people, you go do stuff. Come back at night. Last night we're literally in this hotel lobby here for like until 1:30 a.m. That's where you get it. Andrea, do I have the sold out hat picks? No, I asked Adam for those and I didn't get those yet. We got some nice picks, Andrea and I, with Adam Prizer. Haven't got him. Howard, what's up, bro? Hopefully I'm still editing the picks. Hopefully we'll be done in a day or two. Yep, 100%. Appreciate you being here, brother. Definitely the one of the main photographers, always with the camera in his hand, Howard, at this past one here. Definitely a lot of good shots. I've already seen some of them. Dope, dope, dope. Let's keep going. Okay, where are we? Okay, is this it? Are we at the spot? I think we're at the spot. Is this the spot? This is it. Yeah. This is the moment, I think, right? So we're sitting in the back here. This is Matt's keynote. No idea what's about to go down. I want to just paint you guys this scene. First WordCamp for me. I'm excited to like hear people ask him questions and shit. And then, kind of just you can see the whole thing obviously on YouTube, and I'm like, okay, that was interesting. So so yeah, I know we've been having fun here with the food picks and everything like that and the chicken tendies. Yeah, I don't know what I was expecting when I walked in there again with there was like a gang of us. Brendan, Jamie, Brian, like a ton of people. I don't know what I was expecting when I walked in there, but it wasn't what we got. And it was just interesting, obviously quite thought provoking with everything that's happened. So I don't know what I have specifically from here, but yeah, just kind of showing you where literally my perspective as it all happened, I don't know if there's any, the only thing I wanted to show here was like, and we could talk more about it, but the only thing I wanted to show here was just like literally my reaction to kind of some of this was like, I'm filming because, this, I don't know if you guys can hear this. This part. So okay, I just wanna, I know we'll get into the other stuff, but like, it's just weird because I was sitting there and listening to it, and then he starts the thing and he's like, okay, we're gonna read this blog post, play the jazz music. They were trying to work on the jazz music, and eventually they got it. And then he said it, and then he went into like a little bit of a slide presentation after he read the blog post, and that's like this part. And he said, no, keep the music going. It was a little, it was an experience. The second time that I'd seen him in person, because I saw him at the YouTuber thing, which I had notes on, but I didn't have any pictures. We can go back to it, whatever. But it was just really interesting. Like it was like very, very, very uncomfortable would be the way that I would describe it. Like with the music specifically. I mean, the content of it, again, we could have a deeper discussion on, but the music thing was like, felt like it was a scary movie. So that was interesting. So keep the music going. That was wild. Wild to be in person. We got Lee Whitlinger, which I wonder if he's heard any of this. And then I went back to the hotel after this keynote, and I had a meeting, actually. I didn't say this. I had a meeting with Jenny from WP Engine, who I believe is seated right here. And yeah, it was an interesting, I had a meeting with her like a couple of days before or day before or whatever, just about like affiliate stuff and all that sort of things. And because I had a ton of meetings. And And then I come back into the hotel here and I see them all powwow out here. And then I tweeted this, I think it was this image out where like, happening now, like WP Engine is, having a conversation after that or whatever. And again, I want to make it clear that, these people probably felt like shit. And I feel bad for them. And I didn't tweet that out or anything to be like, oh, these guys are, bad people or anything. Not at all. I was just kind of like, I kind of felt like I was in journalism mode right there. Because I did want to, I was boots on the ground, so to speak. I was like ground zero. And I know like there's a lot of other people covering it that weren't there. And I was just like, this is literally what's happening. I don't have an, I couldn't even really form an opinion fully yet, but this meeting would not have happened if that keynote didn't take place the way it did. So that was kind of interesting for me to see. And then Matt Mullenweg put the poll out there about if you saw the presentation and they don't change, should they be allowed back? And I voted yes. I'm not really sure why banning was ever a conversation. That part to me kind of was a little confusing. But I just wanted to take a picture of that. There's Brendan. Beautiful, beautiful profile picture. Beautiful picture with the boy here. And we got the squad here. This was right before we went to, this was the last day. Then we went to the museum, which is like a science museum. We had some tacos. I had a really good chat with Nick Diego over some tacos. That was very enlightening to hear his perspective. Got to have him on the channel. He's a very, very talented dude. Knows a lot in the space here. Obviously works for Automatic. So, just got some quick submarine pics here for you guys. Me, Kevin, and my buddy CT, we're going through this. A lot of spiders when you go right into this submarine thing here. So apparently this is like an active submarine. I don't know. I guess just some random shit. If you've ever been to like a science center, like I feel like a bunch of science centers have these types of things. You can just walk through them and see like kind of how they went through and everything like that. Kevin scoping it out, playing with the buttons here. We weren't supposed to touch the buttons. We touched the buttons, and some people got yelled at. But yeah, just submarine. Not every day you get to walk through a submarine with WordPress people. So yeah, our spring. Yeah, I don't know whose beds these is. Not a lot of privacy. Yeah, not a lot of privacy here. Yeah, galley, the chow hall, mess room. Okay, so then at the end here, this is like. I think we're pretty much at the end here. This is me, Tamik, Andre, Brendan, and then James Page back here. I think he's I don't know if he was talking to Mark Westgard at that point. I'm not 100% sure. But again, I just want to give you guys the vibe, okay? If you want to go to these events, this is what I would highly recommend. In the lobby, right? We've seen this multiple times. Talking to people that can either help you, collaborate with you, just like shoot the shit with people because you're all like similar in a lot of ways. Tamik here is the developer of Lake Point. And like they're all, kind of the guys that like Shurkard and Adam and everybody, like they're all like kind of like a big conglomerate of people. Andre as well. Andre works on Shurkard and Presto Player. And it's just really cool to see like the inside scoop of like what those are and everything like that. So you just make connections, and sometimes like things like you work on things together, end up working on things together, or just using products or whatever, and it's great. So we were literally in this talking about WordPress and non-related WordPress things until like 1:30 a.m. It was great. And then we had to get up for early flights. Matty, guys, got to head out. Hoping hope to be around often and soon again. Have a great time. These impressions are awesome. Wish I'd been there. Matty, we'll see you at the next one, buddy. Portland, baby. Drinking out of a WS Form water bottle right now. Thank you very much. Yeah, 100%. That meeting, that party was dope. 100%. Bunch of rooftop meetings. It's the way to go. Submarines is the last non-nuclear sub. I thought that tour was cool. I'm going back for a 3-hour tech tour. Damn, Jesus. Didn't know all that. That's crazy. Dope. What else we got here? Portland Airport. Bunch of mountains and volcanoes and shit. These are some cool pics here. Outside, out of the plane here. Is that Mount Hood? I'm not 100% sure. Couple cool ones. and just some clouds and stuff. Then again, some more landscape, and this is like Chicago. And then, okay, I think this is the last food pick. Okay, this is an expensive pizza in Chicago. Honestly, kind of mid. But other than that, then I always, I always play that song every time I come back from a trip, which is rare. But this is the one of the best entrances to a city that you could have through the Fort Pitt Tunnel, and you see the skyline of Pittsburgh. So that's pretty much it. All right, guys. Wow, that's crazy. Appreciate you all. We're not done, but appreciate you all sitting through all those pictures. If you enjoyed that, leave a like. Where do we go now? To wrap up my recap, had a really good time, met incredible people, got a new perspective on like WordPress from the community side of it. It's even cooler now. I already knew it was good, but it's better. And I'm happy to be here. I think there's always things that we can continue to improve. But I think there was I don't regret going at all. So I'm definitely gonna be back there next year. I can't go to Europe, but I'll be at US next year, and I hope to see you guys there. So that was fantastic. Is there any big things here? Obviously, now that we're almost 2 hours into this, the drama piece. There's been a lot of really good, insightful blog posts, Twitter Spaces, YouTube videos on this already. I'm really not sure how much I can add, but I'll do my best here to just add a little bit. And I think it's a really interesting situation. Again, I was literally there on ground zero listening to Matt give that keynote, and I think it was could have been probably delivered a little bit better. I like Brian Cords's blog post about like what he would have liked to see if he was like critiquing that. I thought that was a really great approach. I think that there probably was, definitely a better way to go about that. I don't know if it was, I don't know. These are my opinions, right? Okay, I don't have all the details. I think that there was. It sounds like we have some sort of an issue that stems like deeper and further than just contributing. It sounds like there's some sort of like money revenue issue. And I'm kind of mixed on it because like I don't know how I feel about it. I feel like it's a free platform. People are able to leverage it and use it however they want. I thought that was kind of the case, but you're not like expected to give back. You're just like it's welcomed and encouraged, but it's not like an obligation. So it's just like a lot of like conflicting things. I also really do think this is pre this, but I think there is a problem with people understanding the difference between .com and .org, and I really wish we could rectify that in some way, because I don't think that's really like healthy for us heavily. I think there could be a different. It's just too confusing. And then the lines are so blurry in this realm when something like this happens that it's like, okay, nobody, I don't really subscribe to the idea that anybody thinks WP Engine is. I don't know if anybody really confuses that with like WordPress. I think definitely people confuse WordPress.com with WordPress, like the open source project. So just I don't really understand that point entirely. The things I really absolutely do appreciate. I don't know Matt. I mean, I met him again. I shook his hand at the YouTuber thing. I'll tell you the funny story about the YouTuber thing. The funny story about the YouTuber thing was it was in like this back alley type place. It's not a back alley, but it kind of looked like it. It kind of felt like it. Let me see if I can find the pictures for you real quick. But the thing about that was like, I was, where the hell is it? I'd have to find it here. But the thing about that was Matt Mullenweg came to that for like 30 minutes and he was like talking to people, but like I wasn't actually over at the table because I had like surrendered my seat. So like he was like talking to like, Rich Tabor, Matt Medeiros, Brian Cords, Brendan O'Connell, Jonathan Jernigan, Kevin Geary. I think Mike McAllister was right there too. And like I was kind of like I was at the other side of the little venue there and I was talking to Ann McCarthy, Aaron Jorbin, and then Helen, I'm not sure of her last name, from like the kind of the core contributor team. And like that was all really interesting to like hear and see and talk to those people about the different WordPress stuff going on. Um, but where was I going with that with Matt? It was just I'd heard him talk like before, and then like you hear him on the Twitter space or the X space, the other day, and you guys should check out from Tia and Andrew. And it was just, I don't know, it was interesting I appreciate the transparency. Um, I think sometimes though there's like questions that like we ask, and like one of the questions I asked was, how can you like do you equate contribute can you do you equate hours and money? Like if you say like a developer gets paid $150,000 a year, just as an example, and then that developer is contributing 40 hours a week through their random company to the WordPress project, right? So their full salary would be going to like if a WP engine or somebody like said, okay, hey, Mark, you're working for us, you're developing for the WordPress project 40 hours a week, the whole time you work for us, we pay you $150,000. This is a hypothetical scenario, but all of your work is going to the WordPress project. Would WordPress, Matt specifically, like what's his thoughts on? I asked him this directly. Would you equate that to just giving $150,000, like the company just handing the money over rather than the hours? And I don't see how how that should be any different. But I didn't really get the vibe that it was, and you can listen to it. I didn't really get the vibe that was the case. So that part's a little confusing to me, because I feel like I might be more inclined, like some personas might be more inclined to give money rather than to like give time. Could be an idea. I'm in late. All good. All good. That's why we got the replay. Appreciate you being here. The issue is that you have a predatory company purchasing, then cannibalizing a prominent WP-based company for mass profit, ruining them in the process. Have a predatory company purchasing, then cannibalizing a prominent WP-based company. Okay. So we're talking about Silver Lake. Yes. Okay. Yeah. I mean, the Silver Lake piece is definitely a big part of it. Got to be very careful with the private equity side of things. Can get messy. Very polarized and diverse situation in our community, and above all, I feel really bad for the people of the team who were at WCUS, I think, right? Yeah, not great. Yeah, I feel bad for them. I mean, at the same time, though, if I feel bad for them, I do. At the same time, though, I feel like hopefully nobody is blaming them or giving them shit. You know what I mean? You shouldn't be, like, because if you are, you're in the wrong. So I think that I do feel bad for them. I hope this hasn't like too negatively affected them. But I do think that now we have a different situation that we have to deal with that's like that's past that piece. But I do agree with what you're saying. I don't think he should have done that. I don't think he should have said like he shouldn't honestly. He wasn't really even talking to them. He shouldn't have been talking to them specifically. But I don't think he was mad at them. I think he was just miscalculated. I don't think he was mad at. He went to their booth and stuff, but I don't think he was like mad at them. I think he was just like they were kind of collateral in a way, which still sucks. I'm not saying it doesn't suck. How long will WP last if that is left unchecked? Matt is still doing a piss poor job at communicating that. It is really not about giving money back to WP. I don't. Yeah, I'm I'm new here. I'm gonna keep saying that until forever, I guess. I don't know. I don't really get it. Is it about hours? Is it about money? Is it about trademark? Is it about simply like private equity I can't fully wrap my mind around it. If it was just about private equity, I feel like that's like the easiest one. Like if you were going to go after private equity, I feel like that's probably the one that most people would band around. You'd get the most support. But I don't really feel like that's been the case because he's been saying WP Engine a lot. Not been saying he's been saying Silver Lake, but he's been saying WP Engine much more than Silver Lake. So I feel like this is one of those situations where it almost ends up being. I better not lose my voice before I record later. It almost seems like it ends up being a situation where it almost ends up like Automatic and WP Engine fighting, and Silver Lake is just like we don't give a shit. Like, obviously they're involved, but it's like I don't know, weird spot. Andrew Palmer, I think we need to think of WP Engine crew and the people who are working for Automatic, working on core. It's a shit show. We're all lone community. We promote that we are friendly and welcoming. Yeah. I definitely, again, I do feel bad for them. What do we got? Jessica, what's up? Thank you for being here. Great to meet you and Mark as well from the grade team at WCUS. Funding contributors has been an ongoing issue for years. It's hard to get full-time sponsorships, and from a business perspective, I can understand it. Yeah. Matt's not a great communicator, but if you're a fan of WP Engine, local ACF, you should also be upset about their owners. Yeah, we mean like Silver Lake. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like that part of it has been a little bit. I'm sure Matt kind of mentioned it a little bit, but I feel like that part of it has been like kind of, at least from what I've seen, not talked about enough. Like, what has Silver Lake done specifically to ruin WP Engine? Because if I was thinking about this, right, here's what I like to do. I like to take these situations and think, well, if I was in that situation, how would I have attacked it or talked about it or whatever? And I think like I would have probably gotten all the information about Silver Lake, like what they're doing specifically. Then I would have figured out, and I feel like he did kind of do this, but kind of didn't do it enough. Not to where like I was paying attention and like saw him, like, whatever. But like I feel like figure out why if you're gonna make anyone the bad guy, it's got to be specifically Silver Lake. Because again, I feel like there's too many people saying WP Engine. Like I'm not even seeing Silver Lake. So you have to make Silver Lake the quote unquote bad guy. I don't even know if you really want to make somebody the bad guy, because I feel like if you're regardless of who you're going after, it's not really good to do that. It's more, I feel like there's a middle ground. But if you were going to do that, that would be the case. And then you'd have to say like specifically, okay, this is what they have done to WP Engine since whenever they took over, and like express all of that, and then be like, almost put WP Engine as the victim. And it's like it's kind of like Automatic and all these other WordPress people, right? It's like WP Engine is just another member of the community, and they're like our brother or our sister, and they're getting bullied, so to speak. If is one way I feel like you could have went, but I don't feel like it went like this. WP Engine is our brother or our sister in this community, and there's some foreign like adversary, I don't know, like foreign nationally, but like some sort of like external force that is bullying them, right, or controlling them, and that is where we want to. He did that a little bit, but I don't think it's. I don't know, but then maybe I'm getting this. Maybe I'm thinking about the details all at the same time here, and maybe what happened then was Silver Lake came back and it's like they're just operating as WP Engine because they own WP Engine and they have to do it. They're not going to sue us. So I don't know. It's about protecting WP-based companies. Yeah, I mean that is good. I feel like that. Without thinking about that further, that makes total sense. Yeah, I feel like it's a good thing. I'm down with that. Matt needs to cut down the contribution. We're saying like they contribute less. I mean they are way ahead, right? They're like 3,000 some. He does need to stay Silver Lake though. I feel like more. Amazes me that the CEO of a $3.1 billion company doesn't consult his lawyer before doing any of this. That's interesting. Again, I appreciate him being on the space yesterday with Andrew and Tia. That was great. I don't know if that's advisable though, but he can do whatever he wants. Without WP Engine, ACF would have died out along with millions of websites. So here's a good point, though, right? So I agree with that. But when we say this, because I don't know, it was a genuine question. When we say this, are we also saying without Silver Lake? Because I don't know the timing of it all. So did like Silver Lake buy? Did Silver Lake invest or whatever in WP Engine and then WP Engine got ACF, or was it not in that order? Because if that's the case, this is why the situation I feel like is kind of like muddy. It's like how much has Silver Lake helped? Because that seems like a helping thing. Is that I don't know if that's making sense. That'd be one thing I would think about. I think this is tarnish the company's reputation and WordPress in general. It definitely is going to have an interesting effect. More automatic must be on the floor. I definitely think they're probably dealing with a lot of chaos. Yeah, it'll be kind of interesting to see where we come out on the other side. Silver Lake has a consistent track record of cannibalizing companies for profit. They have been ruining WP Engine. Okay. I just don't know enough about it. I don't know the full track record. Press the like button. Appreciate you, MD. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, you guys have heard a lot about this, obviously, from different people, not just myself. A lot of people that have been in here longer have had really good takes on it. I don't know. I hope it gets better. I don't know if there's been any updates in the last 2 hours of me being on here. But yeah, there's been. I think it's kind of interesting that was my first WordCamp. We get all this drama out of it. It's kind of cool. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, let me look at my notes here, see if I missed anything. Just running through these again. Yeah, so like audience, everybody was awesome, nice and approachable. Audience was unknown. We really need to fix that, I feel like. Hotel was great. People say Europe and Asia are better. That's kind of interesting. I will not be able to experience those next year, but perhaps in the future. So that's kind of interesting. I do have a note in here where, like, just kind of like a quick note from hearing that, and it's like if Matt, I haven't fully thought this out, but like if Matt wants people to contribute, then he should legally obligate them to. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying I agree with that. I'm just thinking in my head like. I feel like we're kind of in the middle on a lot of it, and I'm not sure where it's coming from. Also, like another big thing is like we have the hours, right? I'm not saying that should happen, but I just don't know how you say like how you get mad at somebody. It's like you say somebody like, "Hey, you want to come out to dinner?" It's like you don't have to. Don't worry about it. And they're like, "Okay, maybe." And then they don't come, and then you're pissed. You know what I mean? It's like it's weird. So I don't know. I feel like we need some more clarity on that if we're going to get mad about it. But I understand that that's only a piece of it. It's more about the cannibalized thing. I just feel like there's a lot of different arguments, almost like all thrown in at once, and I don't really know what the main argument is. I feel like I should know what the main argument is, like with the cannibalization piece, but I just don't feel I haven't gotten that from the stuff that I've seen and read and all that. But I don't know. So yeah, so there's that, and then the contributing, and then I thought I had another point, but I can't remember it. Yeah. I do really love, again, if Andrew's still in here, I do really love what he talks about and other people talk about. I love open source. I love WordPress. I just think that we need to there either is already a way out there, like the free labor idea. I just feel like in any capacity is just quite unsustainable. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm not saying we shouldn't do it, but we can't be like guilted into it. It's got to be, if you're going to volunteer, you can't be like forced to volunteer, which again goes against what I just said before. But I'm saying like it's got to be kind of one or the other. It's got to be like people that care enough to volunteer and do that, or it's just like there's no volunteering. Like you're going to get paid for what you do. And I know there's like a lot of nuance to that, but I just feel like in general, in 2024, especially in what I've seen of the world, like nobody wants to work for free. And it's not because they're fucking selfish. It's because they need to eat. You know what I mean? So and no, like individuals, absolutely no. Like maybe like a corporation, maybe you could say obviously, yeah, this is slightly outside the scope. But like maybe if you're making millions and billions of dollars, like maybe yeah, for sure, there's you could probably give back a little bit more. That's something that is going to help you for sure. But I just feel like I think about this literally all the time. It's like I don't know. There's something about that I don't know. Silver Lake got involved with WP Engine in 2018. WP bought ACF in 2022. Okay, interesting. Europe and Asia are better, by the way. Okay, way better. Nice. We'll have to hit them up at some point. Hey, just coming on for the first time. Amar from Bahrain. Nice. Thank you so much for being here. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. By the way, as a total surprise, Matt came onto the X Space. Yeah, that was a great surprise, huh? That was pretty sick. I saw him pop in there. I was like, holy shit. I also have to get a new keyboard. I got one right here for you, bro. This Keychron, wrong way. Look at that. Keychron K8 Pro. Affiliate link on my channel or my website. Ha ha ha. It's pretty clacky. Know this. Some responsibility must land on the shoulders of those that don't do homework on the company they are selling to. This is Business 101, and Matt did show some slides of Silver Lake Records. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, I never really subscribe to the fact that there's I think in most cases it's never like a one-sided thing as far as potential, like not blame, but just like potential fault goes. But again, there's also a ton of other things. Like again, I'm making this, I'm kind of like stream of consciousness here. Like there a situation where like WP Engine really needed the help, and they were like, okay, well we need that. So there's pros and cons, right? Everything is gray, everything is nuanced. Maybe they saw those things and they were like, maybe they won't do it again, type shit. I don't know. I don't know. Let me see if I got any other notes here. Anything I missed? I met with Adam Weeks. I met with Blog Vault. A lot of sponsors. Again, like I was talking about with the channel specifically, I am probably going to be exploring a lot more. I'm definitely not going to be shilling bullshit, but I'm definitely going to be working with companies that are good and people that are good. It's again just going there. You meet really good people that are doing really good stuff, and I just I want to work more. I'm being completely transparent with you guys because you guys come to these streams and you watch this, and I can't thank you enough for that. If there's things you want to see, definitely let me know. But where my headspace is at right now, this is totally like transparent and personal here. I really don't want to. I don't think that building client websites is where I personally am my best at. I think that on these live streams, on these videos, even maybe speaking at these types of events, like in the future, like I feel like that's really where I think I'm going to find the most success, and that's where I'm the best at, and where I could honestly, like generate revenue from. So that's really where my mind is at. Those types of things, more content creation, education, exploration. And those are the things that I think I'm going to be focusing on moving forward, specifically on this channel. So you'll see a lot more of that, and it'll take a variety of different forms. I think I'm going to be on other people's channels too, so hopefully you see that. Hopefully you enjoy it. But yeah, I appreciate any moment of your time you give to consuming the stuff that I put out and conversing. I just know that I'm incredibly grateful. I have a Keychron ergonomic. Love it. Nice. Appreciate you being here, Erica. What do we got here? Nomad skateboarding. Hey, we know each other. This is sick. We're creating connections. Cannot see my idea. Lost on that. Sweet. I type too fast on keyboard. Feel that. We have that problem. I can understand it. All right, let me see. I ruined my live stream streak last week. That was a bummer. Let me see if there's anything else. Oh, here we go. Hang on a second. I'll show you guys something. For those of you that are still here and with me.
Here, I'll show you this. This is a blog post from Anne, and this is the thing that I've been talking about here, like the YouTube dinner. So this is like obviously Matt and Brian. We got Adam here. And then we got, I'm just going to continue reading right now. And then we got Nathan Wrigley, Jamie Marsland, Mike McAllister, Rich Tabor. I am in this picture. I am right here in my nice long sleeve. I'm over here talking to the boys. And then I got up because I was like going to see and like get some drink or whatever. Like this is the back alley that I'm talking about, right? You can kind of see it here, right? So we got Kraler, we got Helen, we got Amber, and then like this is like a literally like there's a restaurant here on the right side, like inside this door. The door is like behind to the right of the camera, and then we have the whole thing. We got like little sandwiches and stuff like that, and then so we're talking about all this stuff and da da da, and then Matt Mullenweg. We got Jordan here, and then we got Matt Mullenweg. Can I go? There we go. Matt comes in, shaking Jessica's hand there, and he just like I saw him come out of the car because I was like out front of the restaurant with Ann, and then he came in here, and then I was like he was like chatting with the boys over here, and I'm kind of like where the camera is, talking to Jordan and Helen. And yeah, but I mean, I got the lowdown from everything they were talking about. Kind of interesting. It's a cool time. Nice picture here. If you didn't see it on X, I think I don't know if it was Matt that posted this, but like the first thing that came to my mind when I saw Matt like this with his hands like this was that aliens guy. So I replied with that. The resemblance is uncanny. But yeah, so that's the YouTuber thing. Cool stuff. Very cool stuff. Lonald, appreciate you being here. I missed the keynote. I was there for the first 15 minutes. I left because I wanted to get home before traffic. I'm glad because I would have been pissed to hear Matt pitch. He should step down. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. There's a lot of interesting stuff around that, right? So it's like, do we like is that even possible, for instance, for Matt to step down? Like could that possibly happen? What would that look like? I'm not even advocating for it. I don't have enough of an opinion for that to be the case. I do think that what we're seeing here probably is more net negative than net positive, so I don't know about that, but it's just something to think about and consider. I mean, I'm in no position to tell Matt Mullenweg what to do, but I don't know. It's an interesting spot, an interesting community, because I don't know what he. I'd love to hear more of his specific vibe. Like, I mean, we're hearing obviously all of his thoughts, but like, well, I'll give you one. I'll give you one specific thing. Also, let me see if I can find. If you guys haven't seen that. Where is that? Actually, it's on YouTube now, right? Let me go to. I know you guys can't see this. I'm just gonna try to find. I'm gonna try to find the. Oh, there's a ton of videos on this stuff. I was trying to find the YouTube video specifically about this of the space, but regardless, Jonathan Jernigan asked a good question, like, were you expected to Matt on that space? Were you expecting to see all the backlash? And Matt actually said like he didn't think there was a lot of backlash, which I kind of like was a little confused by. I mean, I don't know if people are like upset at him. I mean, some people are, but like I don't know if maybe backlash isn't the right way to say it, but there's definitely been a lot of talk. There's been a lot of talk. More than anything else I've really seen in the space. So, I don't know. It's a very interesting time. Anyone see how quiet the director of WordPress is? I think she is not very well or similar. I think that's Josepha, right? I don't... when we say very well, like sick well? I'm not sure. I wish... I don't think Josepha was there, right? I wish she was there. I wish I would have gotten to speak to her because I like making acquaintances with people, with everyone, but especially people that have influence, just to kind of like understand like kind of how things work. But yeah, I think we're all wondering too, like when we're gonna hear potentially from Josefa and others as well. People saying the Matt should step down. Be careful what you wish for. He effectively owns all of it. Yeah, I mean that's not. Yeah, that's definitely. We don't know the pathway. We don't know what would happen. We don't know the pathway. We don't know what would happen of if that were to happen. I mean, honestly, I've been saying that for like I know everybody's probably been saying it, but for the time I've been here, I've like constantly thought about like, well, okay, given what I see, what actually would happen if not if he stepped down, but just if anything happened, God forbid. You know what I mean? Like what does that actually end up looking like? Um, and I just feel like that's got to be slightly concerning to kind of like hear that, feel that, think about what could happen there. I don't know. Yeah, I would say it's definitely something to watch. Lonald, yeah. Oh, it has a cold. Okay. Just a thought. Recall that Matt was approached by multiple WPE employees about some of the crap going on because of Silver Lake. Matt has a protectionist style personality and likely feels like he's helping them. I mean, yeah, I would be interested to see like I don't know, maybe like a poll of WP engine employees because I mean that's another thing that I've seen in person and just in general in the WordPress community and other communities, but like everybody is like it's very interesting how everybody could be going the same direction, right? Like kind of going the same direction, like doing things or working on stuff, but have very, very different perspectives on like what the reality of those situations are. And again, it's understandable because everybody has a different lived experience. But like that's just the thing that I would think like it was probably the case that some WP Engine employees were like really pissed about that and like really like hated the situation and like needed help. Totally valid. But then there's probably some other WP Engine employees that were totally fine with like what was going on or the situation or whatever. And it's like there's too many variables. This is one of the things that Peter Ingersoll is so interesting when he talks about some of these things and he brings it up in the chats and everything like that is speaking in generalities is dangerous, and it kind of goes line in line with this. I feel like it's like we're just lumping. You do something like this, and it's like okay, maybe like a few people came to you or whatever. I don't know the details, but maybe like a few people came to you, and it's like those are valid. But like a lot of other people, it's like it's fine, and like I don't know. I don't know who the people were. I'm not saying anything. It's a hard situation to really actually get a thing around there. DK says Matt does not need to step down. Okay, I don't think he needs to step down. I personally consider local ACF GraphQL all as valid contributions that should be counted. Yeah, I mean that's the other big thing too is like what counts as a contribution. I tried to get that answer a little bit on that X thing on that space the other day, and I don't know. I just don't have I don't know. I don't know. I mean, if you're not making money from if you're building something and you're not making money from it, if you're making money from it, like if you made the most innovative thing and you're still getting paid for it, it's like I still think that's a contribution, but okay, I'll give you that one. But if you're making free stuff, you know what I mean? In an ecosystem where it thrives off of free shit, it's like I feel like that's got to count. I don't know how to quantify it necessarily, but I feel like there's some room for improvement on that. He closed out what was titled as a Q&A using his platform and power to target his competitor. That wasn't the time or the place. I tend to agree with that. I think that's pretty much everyone's unanimous critique is that it could have been handled and at a better time and place or just better in general. And then you get into the nuance of like what actually was said and the sustenance and how it all went down, after the fact, the aftermath. I don't know. Kind of matters to me because I'm in here and matters to a lot of us because we're in here. I'm wondering how much it matters right now to other people, people that just use WordPress rather than like are really ingrained in it. I would probably venture to say not too much right now. But that said, I do really think that this is one of those ones where this came up in I believe it was the WP Minute Slack, which you guys should go join if you're not already. And there's a lot of really good people, a lot of really good insights. This came up over there, and it was, what do you, what was it? Damn, I just lost it. It'll come back to me. But just basically something like, what are you, with, I literally have no idea what I was going to say. It'll come back to me. But yeah, I agree. Not the time or the place. What happens if like Matt leaves? What happens if Automatic doesn't contribute as much? What happens, like all these different scenarios and everything like that. And I don't know. Obviously, we've had this, right? Not kind of before my time too, but like the forking of WordPress, and that's kind of like, I don't know. I don't see how you could really like fully like get behind that or what have you. But I don't know. I don't know. I've always believed that we all should contribute. I have no issue in giving money to the foundation. Unzip Nada. It's easy. Click a button, give money. Yeah, I mean that's the other thing too. Is like, again, with like fundwp.com that Andrew has there. Like that's like a quick, simple way to just donate directly to the foundation. And I feel like that's something that is way more attractive to a lot of people, because a lot of people are spending countless hours trying to build their thing, and they realize that WordPress is giving them a huge opportunity to do so, and they do appreciate it. But there's a big difference between donating money and then like working for what seems like free. And I just feel like if we just I feel like I don't know if it's a societal thing at this point, but I would almost rather like pay money to use WordPress, whatever that form that would take, rather than constantly be like worried that I'm going to get shamed for not donating my time. I feel like that's one way to put it. I haven't really heard other people put it exactly like that yet. I feel like that's one way that I would think about this. And because it seems like a very real thing, because now we're going after the trademark stuff, and like literally people are like DMing Matt and DMing me even like, oh shit, like we might all be like screwed because he's saying like manage word, like if you look at the trade USPTO trademark things, manage WordPress and like WordPress hosting or something like that. There's a couple that are like pending. It's crazy. The foundation's revenue dropped dramatically at some point. It's close to 30K a year now. Yeah, I wonder what it was before. I don't know the numbers there. But yeah, I heard it. He said in the X space that it's only like in the 20s or something. You can just donate, no obligation, but it is so easy. Yeah. But I'm just saying, like, just as an example to this, like again, if we figured out like how much money, if we somehow equated time to money, the thing that I've saw was with five for the future. Like that's like kind of what this is about. I feel like, correct me if I'm wrong, and there's not a monetary option, if I'm understanding correctly, right? Like it's all just like pledging hours. So I feel like that's, I don't know, maybe some companies would be more willing to do that. So I don't know. Lex, appreciate you being here. Thank you so much. Over 1 million at one point. Oh wow. Yeah, I don't know. I don't have any answers. I just ask a bunch of questions and show chicken tender pictures. I think I'm gonna have to wrap her up, guys. I mean, this has been good. Hopefully, got something out of the funny pictures and videos. Hopefully, it was somewhat entertaining. I hope we continue to trend upward. That's all I can really say. I think that this is a little rough spot here. Don't know how it's gonna go, but I think everybody in their mind is doing the right thing. I just sometimes it's I don't know. Sometimes it's hard to do the right thing and appease everyone, obviously. I wish it would have been done a little differently, I feel like. But I do see a lot of the arguments and understand them. I'm happy to talk more about this. I just don't have I'm happy to have more of a conversation. I feel like this is one of the ones where a conversation, it would really lend itself way more to a conversation and make, especially for me, because I could ask more questions and get that type of insight from you guys that have been here a little longer. But that's where I'm at right now on it. So yeah, appreciate you, DK. Smash that like button if you can. You can give money and be acknowledged. Okay, that's cool. Sweet. Erica says thanks. Would like to attend next year. Yeah, definitely come out. If you follow, obviously, I think you follow like Kevin. Everyone, like, you're gonna know a lot of people there, and everybody's very kind in person. So it'll be a hell of a time. What I can't believe is you haven't said what an awesome job we did on the X Space, bro. You did a fantastic job. I think I said that. Did a fantastic job. Moderator of the year, Andrew Palmer, kept that shit in line. That was a great time. Definitely go watch that. It's over on Tia Wood's X, and then also on, like, I don't know the channel name, but I think it's WP Girls, maybe. I think the video's on there. It's linked. If you just search it on X, you will find it. If you haven't seen the space yet. So that was great. We should do more of that. I really like that too. I think the spaces are, I don't see too many of them. I see a lot in crypto land, which I'm not really in crypto land anymore, but I know that's a big crypto thing. But I feel like more WordPress spaces are a good thing. There was like 300 plus people in there, right? So definitely think it's good. But yeah, which ad space was it? Yeah, it was Tia. Just type in Tia Wood, TIAWOOD. Yeah, can I find it? Let me see if I can find it. I shared the link though the other day, and I didn't get. It was like saying like it couldn't, like you could see it, but it said like couldn't be shared or something. I can't remember. Let me see if this works, just so you guys can go directly to it. Hopefully this works. Hopefully that works. If it doesn't, then just go to Tia's account, and you should be able to find it somewhere on there. But yeah. Cool. Guys, this has been fantastic. Can't thank you enough. Seriously. I really appreciate all the engagement. All the wisdom as always. I'm going to keep learning. I'm going to keep exploring. And I'm going to keep live streaming and such. So making videos, doing all that stuff. Because I like it here. It's pretty cool. You guys are nice. So sweet. Awesome. All right. Well, that's it. Thank you guys so much. I'll talk to you